Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. We got a game today. Oh my god. The winners of yesterday, CC, will go against the big boys of TBD. And today, oh my god, I really hope it's gonna be one of those plentiful action games. And definitely, this has an enormous potential. I did want to go really fast through the results, but it seems like the teams really want to get this game started, so they already did the ban maps, and it's gonna be Highlands, as you can see there in the top right of the screen. So I'm gonna just give the music a little kick over here, and we're gonna start talking a little bit about their rosters. So what do we have here? The biggest ban on TBD, we got Tordred, we got Mule, and we got Corny. On the other side, we got Bezdomi, we got Destroyer, Sandro Games, and Vladimir. And I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but definitely I think you should see it again. Yesterday's game between CC and their rivals, exactly it was, let me see, Ulysses. They managed to snatch the victory on the Highlands map. So definitely TBD today needs to step up their game, because they have an enormous challenge ahead. Definitely CC is gonna put their skills to the test. Let's see what are they banning now. They do have a few seconds to go, 30 seconds to, or I should say 60 seconds to go for each ban. And as you can see there in the top right part of the screen, we got Basil, the second ban. We got Mali, and Masa Musa, of course, and Canada, the Canadian leader Wilfred Laurier, won't get to play today. At the same time, you can see the leaders are the biggest ban, banning for TBD, and Vladimir is gonna ban for Team CC. I do want to point out that Team CC definitely, with its changed roster, is again showing up as a very strong team, a much stronger team than we've seen in the previous season, and definitely the qualifiers and of course the change of rosters did help them quite a bit. We'll see exactly what they will do, and I want to keep the later on comments about this team, and of course whatever it's about the other side of the tournament, until we're gonna go into the loading phase, so we can actually get something there. I want to check the results, I want to check the teams from yesterday, and give you guys an update on what's been happening. We do have also Maori getting the axe here. Interesting choice, by the way, for Highlands to ban Maori. Definitely it's not going to be an enormous part of the map with seas, so it's interesting, but I guess Maori definitely with all of the changes is very good anyway, even with the nerfs from BBG. We do have Canada, which is the second other Tundra civilization, and we kind of see a pattern here. Yesterday in the game I streamed, it was exactly the same thing. Canada and Russia were banned in the first phase. Nobody wanted to take the chance for one of the Tundra civilizations to just reign supreme on the map. We do have as the last ban here, Hungary, definitely the agent of chaos. Nobody wants to take care of him, and definitely it is one of those civilizations you don't want to do, and you just need to kill city-states, keep envoys, or do so many things to defend yourself against it. So maybe not have that casino style pick. And we got a comment here. Oh, Civ Rider, hello there, good evening, my friend. You're saying that there is a high chance of Maori instant spawning on land turn 1 is why it's banned. And definitely, I mean, it's Highlands, so you're definitely gonna have that chance. It's like lakes, right? And then we have Kenneth goal first pick. Yes, definitely. Yesterday we have seen a very good performance from the goals, but definitely I do want to mention the games that Nairine, for example, played in the qualifiers against Duhanza, if I remember correctly. It was in that best of 3, and in both games he did very good, once with Ambiorix and the other game with Ethiopia with Menelik II, and he showed us the potential of this civilization on this stream. Definitely, we got Vladimir going for Pawn Maker, a very good simmer as well as War Machine. But yeah, we'll see exactly how he's gonna get this going, because definitely it's not as powerful as we've seen it before. Pawn Maker over here did get a bit of a nerf when we talked about that change up in experience. So his scouts are not as powerful as before, but definitely the internal trade routes are stronger as ever. And then we have all of the other bonuses that just mesh very well with this civilization. We also have Ethiopia, of course, Menelik II here, picked by Sandro Games, a very strong choice always. It will get that 10% from in science and culture from a series, well, I should say from the face generator of the series on the hills. Definitely it has a lot of potential, and we've seen it yesterday, by the way. We've seen it yesterday played by one of the Frenchies, and oh my god, he did very well. Firsos, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Last civilization of the picks, it's gonna be Japan here, and definitely it is one of those adaptable civilizations. It can do well on water, it can do well on land, it has a very good unique unit, and most of the times you're gonna want to prefer the coast rather than anything else, but we'll see exactly what he's gonna get this time. Since this is highlands, there will be quite a bit of land. The land will be, of course, full of fields and everything, so I'm expecting a sim game, a long game. This is gonna be Saturday night for, of course, Civilization 6 content, boys. Hey there, good evening. They are going into the second ban phase here. We do have Mapuche and Catherine de Medici, the Black Queen persona, getting the axe, and we're just waiting for the last two bans to know exactly what they're gonna pick next, because definitely that will impact their strategies. And this is, oh my god, I feel like right now I want to do one of those polls, because definitely after we've seen yesterday's performance of Team CC, they are going against the winners today of the season 3 against TBD, and definitely TBD has a lot to stand for. Not to mention, they need to keep their place. I mean, this is one of those days they need to put their foot in the ground and say, no, you cannot pass. But Team CC might actually break that door down. We'll see what will happen in the next few hours. We also have Persia over here taking the axe. We're not gonna see those immortals. Definitely a strong choice as the immortals. We've seen yesterday what they can do against the poor old Kree over there. Although you could argue that he could have done better. Definitely the immortals are a very strong choice with a general, and with their bonuses, with the range attack and everything, they can do a lot of damage very, very fast, especially in very good numbers. One last choice over here, 17 seconds to go, and definitely that will be the last ban of the day, picked by the biggest ban. We got Korea actually taking the axe, and as far as I know, Torde did try a culture victory last time I've streamed him, so it was with Korea, so it does look like this time they don't want to take the chance of those Hawachas on the map, not to mention anybody benefiting from all of those Korean bonuses. We do have the game open up now for the next 4 of these picks here. Destroyer is gonna go for Alexander, a very strong choice. We got and definitely it says something a lot about him. He wants to go war, and we've seen him do this in the previous seasons as well. Destroyer has been playing in the CWC from the beginning, from the inception of the CWC, with different teams. It was first next Vigram, and then it was CC, and so on and so forth. Now we got Muel picking. These are the next 2 picks will set in stone what the leaders of Team TBD will be. So definitely now Muriel and Corny are gonna have quite a lot of pressure on their shoulders. How will they counter Alexander? How will they counter Menelik II, not to mention the Pound Maker? Definitely Ambiorix does have quite a few chances to go for Menelik II, or I should say keep up with its culture and science, not to mention production. The same can be said about Hojo Tokimon, but Menelik II might just be way too much for them to handle when you couple that with Pound Maker and Alexander. So definitely now Muriel set in stone what he wanted to play. It is gonna be Rome, it is gonna be the legions on the map. We're gonna see those early baths, not to mention that early culture that region all likes to benefit from. Definitely you can see um, uh, a balance between the civilizations, or I should say the leaders over here. The teams are going for the counter picks and the picks. They want to force the other team to do the counter picks and so on. So definitely it is one of those games that we all love and cherish. You know, those close games, the experience games, the ones in which the players get everything, every inch, fight for that every inch with the min-maxing effects and their knowledge of the game. That is why we like this game. We got Courtney here going for Genghis Khan. He is the one who's gonna go against the war machine. Courtney does want to benefit from those Kesheks, does want to get that Ordo on the field, not to mention get that a chance to capture a defeated enemy cav unit. And definitely we've seen it time and time again, even if Genghis Khan goes into a higher, or I should say against a higher technology civilization, it can come out victorious, especially with that ability to just spam Kesheks all over the place. Let's see the comments in the stream chat here. Lemavra was saying that listening you and the CC conversation is parallelly. At the moment they predicted both picks of opposite team. Looks like they have prepared the picks and bans. Definitely this is starting to happen. So when we go through the tournaments, when we go season after season, when we have experienced players playing in the same, I should say, the phase, you know, the pick and ban phase, definitely they will learn how to do the picks, how to do the bans, so they can force the opponents to pick in one way or the other, or keep the advantage for themselves. So definitely this is what we're seeing over here. Definitely we're gonna see quite a few of this happening. And is that German? Oh my god, Vladimir went for Germany. We got Frederick Barbarossa with the Hansas, and of course those U-boats showing up, or is it not? It is. Look at that, he just switched. Okay, got it. So now that all of the picks have been chosen, we got a few more seconds to go until we're actually going to load into the map, and we have to say exactly who's going to play what. The biggest ban will be Ambiorix, Bezdomi will be on Menelik II, we got Sandro Games on Paul Maker, we got Tordred on Rome, Vladimir is going to be the one who's going to play Germany, and oh my god, I didn't have time to go through the other three. Good evening, Devries. You're saying that when we're gonna get to double Mongolia, double France CWC game. Ooh, that sounds dangerous, bro. I mean, yeah, that really sounds dangerous. Too many Kesheks on the map, bro. Okay, now that we're loading into the map, I wanna switch a little bit to the CWC results. If you guys didn't see it, you can definitely check it on the Discord, on our Discord, on the CWC Discord. If you need the link, you just tell me in the stream chat, and maybe me or Lady Arwin will go for it. Good evening, Propagandian, welcome. You're saying, I hope it's gonna be a good game, maybe less nukes today. Ooh, that's definitely something that we're looking forward towards. Let me actually switch the screen here so we can see quickly the results. Also, what happened yesterday. As you can see, Joy did manage to get a win on BTS on the Highlands map. We got Ulysses taking a loss from Team CC. So these guys managed to beat the enormous powerhouse of Ulysses. And then on the B group, we got the Barking Gang snatching a victory from the Sea Dogs, and then on 7 Seas, and then Pyramid managed to get a win from Duhanza. That was something. Also, the other game just finished. We got Barking Gang getting a win on ZYDX earlier on the Highlands map, and you can actually see now the team is I should say the points have shifted. We got Joy on the first slot with CC running behind this. They are equal, or I should say tied on the 3 points. We got Ulysses coming from behind with 2 points, and TBD with 2 points. On the B group, we got the PB Patrol with 3, Barking Gang with 3, Duhanza on 2, and Pyramid on 2. What will happen? We don't know. As you can see, we got also the 5th place and the 6th place, Zone of Control and BTS on A, and Sea Dogs with ZYDX on the B side. Definitely it is still up to anyone to get the first 4. We'll see if Zone of Control manages to get I should say, how to say, a tiebreaker, or maybe the Sea Dogs will get one. We never know. There are quite a few games to be played today, and definitely it is one of those things that we like in the Super Weeks. A lot of games, a lot of Civilization 6 content, not to mention a lot of skill from these boys. So let me switch back the screen here so we can see what's going on. There we go. Everything popped into vision. So we got a game here. I'm gonna check out quickly on the map what's happening to the northwest. It does look like Mioel is gonna be the one we're gonna talk about first. He did spawn on a 1-2 tile on a Plains Hill, so he definitely has the choice to either settle in place and benefit from those sheep tiles as 2-2s, or maybe move one tile to the south, although I wouldn't really recommend that, even if he gets the extra amenity. I think most of the players now agree that the 2-2 bases are just much better than extra food. We never know. This is Mule. Maybe he wants it to go some way or another. It won't actually affect the overall, I should say, scheme of things, but the player just likes, you know, one side or the other. He does have access to horses. That is one of his strategics, but his iron is a little bit far away. It is on his third tile, and he does have another iron to the west, but he's gonna reveal that, of course, when he's gonna get iron working. A good amount of geothermals will provide him later on with that much needed adjacency for his campuses, and definitely he has a lot of fresh water to the west, to the north, and to the south. Rivers, mountains, hills, and I should say lakes are all around him, so definitely he has quite an interesting spawn. One thing that I don't see is an enemy. Usually when, of course, you get Mongolia, you wanna, you know, clap your hands and say, I'm gonna connect that boy. Well, yeah. Well, we do have Germany over here that is behind the mountains. Definitely has a few chokes to defend himself from Mongolia. So we'll see what Vladimir will go for. He is gonna go for his stone tile in the meantime, and there is, of course, still the option for them to remap, I believe. Actually, that is one question that I have in my mind, and let me actually switch really quickly here. I'm tabbing right now on Discord, so I can see who has a remap token or not. Team CC has one remap token, and then we have TBD with one remap token as well. So Team CC, I guess this is the last game in the group stage, so definitely they can use the remap token, no problem, no issues. They're not gonna have another game because they already won the first one yesterday. So only TBD actually needs to decide if they want to use the remap token or not until tomorrow. We'll see if Team CC is gonna be you know, throwing the dice another time to see another map spawn or not. In the meantime, let's actually check their spawns to see if that will actually be an option. We do have Vladimir with that stone tile. He does have access to his iron tile, but no horses that I can see in range. So and definitely bronze worker would be the choice to go here. A lot of resources, a lot of stone, but I don't, yeah, again, that lack of horses might be a problem later on. You do need as much as possible the strategic resources on most of the players from the team, so you can actually swap them around, give, you know, you take horses, he takes horses, they take horses, and you take iron, and you take iron, and so on, because sometimes when you just need to spam units, you just don't have the amount you need in your stockpiles, so you need to borrow from your allies and so on. That is something that has been happening, and that is one of the I should say bonuses, the perks when you're talking about a team strategy. Let's see what he will have as land to the south. He does have good-ish land. I could definitely see a circle of Hanzas and you know, commercials and so on between these rivers. Definitely a good adjacency for all of those districts, and the only one he's gonna need to worry about is, of course, to the northwest is Mioel. Let's go further on. Let's check out the south. It does look like Ethiopia. Bezdomi is to his south. He did move, but moved on a 3-1 ship, so benefiting from that extra food in the capital will allow him to get, of course, to the next population much faster. He also has a +4 easy peasy campus in the capital city. Actually, he has quite a few of them to choose from, 1, 2, 3 that I can see. And in the meantime, definitely could benefit from different holy site pantheons. We're gonna see what best domain is gonna go for. Definitely Ethiopia wants to go religion here. His faith generation will give him so many bonuses, so I am expecting that to happen. We're just gonna need to wait until we're gonna see what he's gonna pick as a pantheon and develop his empire accordingly. In the meantime, I do see he has a freshwater to the west, a little bit of tundra to the south, but it should be fine. Quite a few cities to the east opens up for him, so that is quite a bit of land until Hattusa. He's not gonna get an enemy to war until he's gonna get Corny here. Unfortunately we have a crash here very fast. He's probably gonna get back in the game. You guys please excuse us while all of this is happening. I'm gonna keep talking about the response, so it should be fine. Good evening, Groovy, and also let me see the stream comments here. You're saying that wait a second, Arwin, new ways of playing, but put a spice of creativity in the game. Definitely, I thumbs up that statement. You're also saying that it is really balanced, lots of games on tiebreak week, and yeah, that is starting to become a thing over here. We also have Devris with Muriel playing Mongolia and not Free Sim. Oh yeah, boy. Yeah, that is, I mean, Muriel, you know Muriel, he always likes to war, so I'm expecting the same thing to happen today. Definitely he's one of those players that wants to go head to head against another player, so we'll see what will happen. Let's go further on and see what Corny is gonna do here. He does have a 2-2 spawn. I guess it is stone. Yeah, it is stone underneath his capital city, and it does look like he's gonna have access to a very good harbor, a +5 in the city of Kyoto, in his capital city, and quite a few of these 2-2s to work from the start. I do want to point out he's gonna get that extra food from the rice, but I would definitely prefer that fish to get to be improved, and of course giving that 4-1 very quickly. Of course, access to both strategic resources of the classical era, horses and the iron have spawned actually 2 horse styles. Maybe that actually makes up for the lack of horses on someone else. Oh wait, never mind, they're enemies. Germany is the enemy. Oh no. Well, I guess yeah, Corny here will get to use them for his own sake. One thing that of course we do see, even though he does have a few cities on this, or I should say maybe 2 cities on this lake over here, he doesn't really have that many other lakes to put his harbors on, so he's gonna need to expand with commercials when you're talking about gold generation. One thing that Japan doesn't get the bonus anymore, it got nerfed quite a long time ago, I think a year ago with BBG, and it doesn't receive that commercial bonus from the rivers, so that is gonna be a problem. That is definitely gonna be a problem and a challenge here for Corny to get that economy going. There are definitely ways, I'm just saying it's gonna be an issue at some point. Anyway, now I would say his capital is strong, definitely could have been better, but with a little bit of improvements here and there, it should be fine. Let's check it out next. What do we have in the north? I did see Cree with the corner of my eye. Let's actually check out what's happening here. It does look like Sandro Games is gonna be the one who's gonna play it. He definitely likes Cree very much. He's instantly going for Okchitaus, and this is something that we're getting used to. Definitely the players do want to scout out the land, you know, see their surrounding, get used to what will happen in the next phases of the game, and see what their potential settle spots will be, not to mention their neighbors. That is one of the most important things. You do want to see your neighbors and who are you gonna go against in that particular game, because it can actually make a very big difference. Most of the time you're definitely not gonna want to go for simmer next to a Warsif, for example, and so on. So the players, of course, in this particular game do have the choice to remap. We're gonna see if they choose it. Highlands is not one of those maps in which you're gonna find your enemy very fast. We will have a relobby here, so we can actually get out of these whatever they're called, the infinite relobbies here, unfortunately, what I should say, resyncs, desyncs, and so on. Boreal, good evening, sir. Holy Side Cree. Well, that is something that we will want to see. Holy Side Cree. Really, bro? Like, really? That is something that I think everybody wants to see. Yes, we do have a relobby. I think we had 2 crashes in less than 1 turn, so they decided to relobby, so maybe it will fix the problem here. Maybe some of the players are updating their mods, not sure yet, but hopefully it will be. Actually, while these players are joining the lobby, I'm gonna get a cup of water. Totally forgot to put some water in my cup here. Give me a sec. Let's go! Only Kacheka to ready up, and definitely it's one of those fast relobbies here. We got everybody in very, very quickly, and hopefully we're not gonna have these issues during the game. We got a question here in the chat. Which team does have the better draft in your opinion? I think at this point they're quite balanced. I wouldn't say that one is better than the other. I would definitely say they're quite balanced, and we're gonna see how it will actually they will actually fare against each other. I don't really favor how Japan spawned though. Definitely Japan does benefit quite a lot from its harbors, and not in free inquiry per se, but in that gold generation. And the commercials are just not gonna cut it as usual. He's gonna definitely not have the same potential of, for example, Poundmaker here, or even Frederick Barbarossa. So we'll see how he's gonna do this. Looks like we're just waiting here for Kacheka to ready up, and that's about it. Yeah, there we go. He came back. He probably got a juice or something, or he was paying attention to something else. But it's fine. It's fine. We're going in, and definitely, as you can see, both teams do want to get this game going. Do want to play against each other, and they're really anxious to get a win here. Whatever it is, they really want to do it. You're saying that nobody in TBD makes gold? Well, there is a lot of potential on Rome and the goals to make gold. We'll see, and it kind of depends on Muriel if he's gonna go quite a few commercials. Like any civilization in the game can make gold. It just takes away from its other bonuses, and it kind of depends on how much gold you can build on. Because definitely you can see that on Team CC, for example, Destroyer is gonna be with Macedon. So usually it's not one of those gold makers. We got Vladimir here with, you can say, a very good powerhouse in production, but at the same time not an amazing amount of gold, and definitely cannot do as much gold as Mali, for example, or other civilizations. So or naval civilizations. So we'll see how that will go. Kree though, Kree has an insane potential in gold when you're talking about the trade routes, but most of the gameplays that I've seen have been relying on those internals more than the externals, and definitely the gold generation does kick in usually later on in the game with his Mickey Wops starting to shine and everything else. He does need to pay attention to how he's gonna sim this, but I do see a lot of potential on him as well, or I should say between all of the four, he should be the one going for gold here. We were actually talking about him, right? He's gonna go for harbors, he's gonna have access to both strategic resources, quite a few chops in the capital city, as you can see. To the east, he's gonna have at least three forests, not to mention all of this land will actually be in his territory soon enough. So I would definitely say that he's gonna do as many chops as possible. You were laughing a little bit with Holy Site Kree. He can definitely go Holy Site Kree over here with maybe some Sacred Path or even something else. Looking at his Earth Goddess, it is shining over here with a lot of breathtaking tiles. Don't think he's gonna go for it, but there is definitely a chance. Usually Kree does not prefer going for faith generation, I'm just saying. Hey Bustios, good evening! And everybody, if you guys don't know Bustios, you should definitely check his stream out. He has a lot of good games being played there, so maybe give a shout out to him if wink wink is we got Groovy here. You're saying that Magnus and millions of chops? Yeah, definitely Magnus will be the one to go, and M425H is there some protection against the stream sniper? Well, it kind of depends how you take it, because right now, I'm not sure if you guys played with the competitive timer, the timer that these guys play on, it is really fast. Like, it is really fast. It punishes you so quickly if you don't if you don't think very fast, if you don't go and do your moves very fast, or you don't know exactly what to do. If you think more than 5 or 10 seconds, or maybe you take some time to think about your next move, it's definitely gonna put you back. So that is one of the things that at this point the players will have to challenge themselves for, and this is why it is so hard to actually get here in the CWC the main one, through the qualifiers from each of those communities. These guys had a lot of games to play. Farchet, thank you very much for the follow. I think this is the 4th month we had the games, not with all of them, because TBD, for example, got invited instantly. They were the winners of the CWC Season 3, so definitely they should have been invited. But others, like Pyramid, like Ulysses, like CC, like and so on and so forth, all of the others actually came through their respective communities qualifiers. You can actually check them out on civ6worldcup.com, and you can see the different communities that have participated. We also have some wink surprises for you in the next season. Definitely we're trying to plan as much as possible ahead, and we're trying to envision a bigger and bigger tournament for the players and of course the viewers perspective. Let's actually see what is the potential of Kree over here. He does have quite a few coastal settles, but he's not gonna be only with that. He does have rivers to the east, but it kind of looks like all of this land to the west of Chinguetti is gonna be needed to be aqueduct. Of course, Kree does benefit from its unique improvement, the Mickey Wop, which will give him a little bit of housing, but it's not gonna be that much. Definitely lacking the fresh water will give him some challenges to expand his empire. He's gonna need to overcome those to actually get everything done. Lysenford also spawned to the east of him. He's gonna get that extra era score, not to mention benefit from that extra production of Lysenford. And I guess the naval combat units bonus and so on, it's not gonna be one of those, you know, amazing ones. Okay, sure, I'm gonna get a bonus promotion in the inland lake. Wow. Okay. Anyway, let's go next to what we have here. We did talk about Japan. Let's see Macedon. Macedon, Destroyer playing it today. He did spawn on a 2-2 tile or maybe move there. Not sure. We didn't see it, but he's benefiting definitely from that extra food from the rice tile, not to mention extra production for all of his tiles in the capital. Actually, looking at this, he's still working 2-2s because he's definitely, as you can see in the population, he's not growing fast. So, oof, okay. I've seen players prefer going to the rice tile and growing to a faster, to a new population, and then working the other tiles. But sure, I mean, why not? You can switch, and some players min-max this. They switch to the rice, they switch to the 2-2s, they switch to the rice, they switch to the 2-2s, and so on until they, you know, get. Oh, there we go, there we go. You see that? That actually means he switched to the rice tile. Okay, there you see, he went from growing in 6 turns to growing in 2 turns. So how did that happen, boys? We don't know. Anyway, he does have a wonder to the east side. There is E-kill, and it does look like he's gonna get that extra era score point from that as well. And of course, he's gonna have an enemy to go against. The Corny over here to the southwest is gonna be a race between them actually to settle this river, and I do believe probably Japan will win that race very, very soon. We'll see about that. I do believe Macedon will first settle whatever he has on the north and on the east, and then take a little bit of time to settle on the west. Also, this volcano poses a challenge over here, but also later on options. Good evening, Ogothi, and welcome. Hello, hello, hello. What do we have here to the southeast? Let's. Oh, by the way, strategic resources. Let's see. Let's not go over that fast. The destroyer does benefit from horses and iron, so it should be fine. Okay. Now we can go to Rome. Rome has a lot of pastures. Like instantly when I see this spawn, I see like 1, 2, 3, 4 pastures. Oh my god. Okay, very nice. I mean, good. Very, very good open sky here. If he wants to go for it, definitely has that option here. And it does look like they didn't really meet each other, so they don't know that's that close. That is going to be a definite problem here. I didn't actually see anyone meeting each other, and they're in the dark. This is the problem with Highlands. You kind of make decisions based on just your land, which honestly it was the idea behind the remap token at the beginning. So I mean, you know, everybody has their chances. You shouldn't be making choices with your neighbors or against your neighbors or whatever it is. You should be making the choices because of your own land, so you don't have a disadvantage in that aspect. Anyway, it does look like they went over turn 8, and they're gonna have the vote very fast here. It does look like they might keep it. Instantly, Team CC did go for it, but anyway, the biggest man was saying that he forgot to pause this last turn. It's not usually anyway, it doesn't matter. They're gonna go and get the vote going, and we'll see what they go for. There we go, the nays have it, so we're not gonna have a remap. Nobody wants to use the remap token. They are set on playing this map. We're gonna see what is gonna be. Rome, of course, does benefit from his own iron and horses to the northwest of his capital, already popping out a settler next turn, and definitely he wants a faster expansion. Usually Rome, that's how he plays, because he gets that extra monument in the cities. He's definitely gonna get extra production towards something else because of that free monument. So you're gonna the meta just pushes you towards building settlers and settlers and settlers and so on. And now that I see it, by the way, Macedon does have a choice between attacking 2 civilizations. What's it gonna be? We're not gonna know until he's actually gonna make a decision on it. Is it gonna be Rome on the southeast? Is it gonna be Japan on the west, or is it gonna be just Sim? I mean, you never know. Sometimes it, you know, the players just make a decision. You know what? I'm not gonna have any of it. I'm gonna stay in my place. I'm gonna stay in my, you know, behind the mountains over here. It's so nice. I got sunshine. I got like ski resorts, and you guys can duke it out all over the map. I'm gonna sit here in my corner and just go for a culture victory. You never know. You never know. Like really, it's one of those things that is unbelievable in this game. You have so many choices, but of course that doesn't really stop your enemy from attacking you. So you gotta pay attention. We got to the east over here, the biggest Ben, who did get a settler of his own, and he definitely has a scout next to his capital city to escort that settler, and there we have it. And by the looks of it, he's gonna have, oh my god, that would have been such a good, by the way, such a good oppidum, exactly where he has his settler right now and the scout. But I guess he didn't know about horses, he didn't know about iron. We know about them, he doesn't know about them. So whatever, it happened, boys. He still has access to I believe the oppidum gets wait a second, from strategic resources, right? And strategic resources, so definitely this is a +4, easy peasy. He's gonna get 2 horses over there. Another oppidum over here is gonna be a +4, easy peasy, no problem, no questions asked. Is definitely gonna have a lot of production in the capital city with that early oppidum. So we are expecting great things from the biggest Ben. Hello, furry old lobster. I have not guessed commentators, but maybe sometime during the game we can have some pop in. In the last streams, I did have a few players pop in here. I want to mention, for example, Devris or Propagandi. Sometimes Ogothi joined me. It kind of depends on the mood, on the what's going to happen in the game, and so on. I did try to get some interviews, of course, from the players themselves, but it is kind of tricky because during the game we do want to let the players focus on the game of hand and not actually give us commentators the inside information and the inside scoop. So I'm not sure if it's gonna happen or not. I do want to say, what is this? Hamusus, hello there, and you're saying that yesterday Highland 30 nukes Devris. Ooh, wow. Okay, well that's a lot of nukes, bro. And also Ogothi was saying that love it as we truly see how people approach the game and develop their civ. Definitely, that is something that you can see there are set differences between the players, and of course even the communities. You can see that CVFR has a different approach than CPL, or CPL has a different approach to Civrus, and so on. And one more comment from you: you need to actually min-max many things and know the details, but still got a timer over your head. That is true, my friend, that is true. The timer makes a ton of difference most of the time. Dr. Stas here, good evening, sir. You're asking me if I saw yesterday's CC versus Ulysses. I did not, because I was streaming at the same time, and definitely I had my own game to take care of at that point. And also we got Devris with holy smokes, those settlers north of Gaul. Holy smokes. Well, yeah, those settles, you mean? Oh yeah, this one. I mean, there was a forest fire over here. Everything turned in with more fertility, like 3 3s, 4 3s, 3 2s. I mean, yeah, bro, this is gross. I mean, I believe when he saw this, he was like, I'm gonna settle that. First dibs, bro. Nobody, you know what, boys? I'm gonna have a ball of a game. Definitely, I'm gonna just churn out settlers until there's no tomorrow, and we're gonna settle all of those amazing tiles. I do have to point out he has an extreme amount of strategic resources in his capital city, like 3 horse tiles, 2 iron tiles, 1 oil tile, and 1 coal tile. Like, really, bro? Like, really? That's like insane. Wow, okay, well that's definitely gonna open up the way for him to go God of Craftsman, extra production on all of those tiles with an extra faith generated anyway. I mean, it's good, it's not gonna give him an amazing amount of bonuses, but sure, it's still gonna be something. Do we have anyone else? I think we talked about everyone, right? We're turn 15, and I think we went through all of the spawns here, so let me actually double check that info. And also I want to quickly glance over their spawns and see what they did, where are they sending the settlers. Definitely the biggest Ben is going to go for those amazing tiles. It does seem that it's going to be a very good return on investment, but I do believe he has a problem. Like, he's in a pickle right now. You know why? Because if he settles right here, for example, he's not going to get to place an oppidum over here. He's going to have to place it over here. What's he gonna do? Never know. We'll see. Maybe he's gonna settle here and he's gonna place the oppidum over here. You never know, bro. There are so many options. Or over here. Anyway, that is definitely one of the things that Ben needs to make a decision on. It does look like Rome has found Macedon to the northwest over here, and he did settle in his face. Not to mention he's getting a road between his cities. This is how Rome rolls over here. And what we can see, oh, lucky draw over there. Destroyer just popped a hut and got a free scout, and of course he has a settler coming out in 2 turns, so he doesn't need to buy an extra one. Very good, very good. And also you can see that he was building one from Methone. Well, he's just gonna switch production and probably get something else, maybe a unit, maybe a slinger, maybe, I don't know, a monument. Usually the players do go for monuments at the beginning of the game. They do want to benefit from that extra culture. Getting fast to political philosophy sometimes makes all the difference in the world. Not to mention, you might just not get your era score for a golden age, which is a problem. Like you do want to benefit from that era score. Anyway, Corny is gonna go for holy sites. We got 2 holy sites from his cities. No pantheon yet, and he was scouted by Macedon, so Macedon does know what's to his left, what's to his right. But again, this is a massive amount of land to the north of Macedon that is just not gonna be settled by anyone. And oh my god, okay, well, maybe at some point by Cree, but that's gonna be a long time. Like, you look at his fresh water, you can see that kind of the game forces him to go on this river, for example, maybe into Nazca, maybe over here. And that is not amazing amount of land, and it is kind of far away from his capital city, so reinforcing that with his own units will be a problem. We do have a non-freshwater settle here by Germany. It does look like Vladimir set the standard over here. He wants to stop Mule from pushing him, and he wanted to get the choke as fast as possible. He will benefit from that extra food from the bananas, but will it matter in the long term? Because his city will just be food capped over here, or not food capped, I should say housing capped, right? He only has like 2 housing until he's gonna go, get an aqueduct over there, or maybe audience chamber with probably Victor inside and so on. I mean, it's definitely going to be a challenge. Well, now that he settled his second city and he kind of blocked the tile to the north and towards Mongolia, he's going to get another settle towards the south. And it is a sneaky, look at that, a sneaky Ethiopian settle, but it's fine, it's fine. I mean, he's going to scout for his buddy here, and definitely Vladimir will have some eyes on that. And he knows what's happening on the west side of that lake as well, so he should be fine. Nothing will actually pass his warrior over here in time to take that settle. Let's check out the opening of Ethiopia. He did go for a Pantheon, Sacred Path, and definitely he's going to have a very strong holy site, a +7. Going for another holy site next to that volcano that just popped over there, and this is going to be another +6. And, well, it is kind of surprising he went for Sacred Path, but definitely didn't have that many rivers to benefit from. So I guess it is the best out of the choices he had at hand. Sacred Path will give him that extra adjacency from the forest, from the rainforest, and so on. He's gonna get extra bonuses from the mountains. It's gonna be fine. Let me actually start up the prediction while we are watching what's gonna happen actually to Macedon. I think this will be the war we're gonna wanna see. Destroyer fighting against Tordred. It does look like both of them might actually go on a war path. Actually, see, oh my god, I say that, and then I see Temple of Artemis, which has been called, by the way, last season it was called the Temple of Irel. It does give you a lot of bonuses, especially when you're gonna have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra amenities. Wink wink, you do want to benefit from those 5 extra amenities. And it does look like he does want to build it with as fast as possible. So we'll see. He does want to, oh, there we go, he just stopped that scout from Destroyer moving on it, stepping on it. He still has 4 turns. Did spend a lot of gold on it. Surprising fact here, Tordred is gonna go and settle somewhere to the south of his capital city, and it does look like he's gonna have quite a few desert tiles next to it. Maybe he's gonna go and settle next to that how to say, the reef on the coast. That might be an option, but it kind of breaks your sim. You don't want to get a harbor, you don't want to get everything done. Maybe he wants to focus on commercials, not sure, but definitely Tordred does have a lot of experience in the game, and he knows this. Like right now the players are focused, like a hawk. They're focused on their target and they know exactly what to do. They don't even need to pin the districts. They just, like, their brain power is exploding right now. It's like you can, like, if we would have have a vision inside of their head, it would be like, boop, oh, an idea, poop, an idea, poop, an idea. Oh, there's a pin. Oh, there's an camp. Oh, I want to put that. Oh, there's a camp. Oh, I'm gonna do that and that and that. These guys, they are at some point not exactly the same as chess players, but I would say I would go further than this, and they are better than chess players because they can see like 50 moves, 60 moves ahead of the time, and they can definitely predict quite a bit what's going to happen. And especially when you're talking about an extremely high competitive level, these guys, man, these guys, like, wow, okay, why? Blows your mind. Anyway, let's get that prediction system going, and let's see what's gonna happen here. Hey, Serrano, Tirano, what's up, man? You're saying that a full offense Civs, we are gonna see war today? Definitely, bro, definitely we're gonna see war today. I do want to keep the screen over here so we can see how Macedon is gonna try to do some pillages here, but I do think Tordet has this. I'm just gonna watch what's gonna happen in the next few turns until I'm gonna get the prediction. Give me like a few seconds here to get it going. So the prediction has started. For those of you who don't know the teams, I'm actually gonna put right now the teams on top of the screen here so we can actually see them, but give me a second so I can change the names because I do have the teams from yesterday. There we have it. So on the left side you will see Team CC playing today with Destroyer on Macedon. We got Vladimir on Frederick Barbarossa, that is the German leader. We got Sandro Games on Cree, and we got Bezdomi on Ethiopia. On the right side you will notice we got the TBD. So we got Korni on Japan, we got Mule on Mongolia, we got Tordret on as you can see here on Rome, and then we got the biggest band on the goals. And that is another thing that I do want to check out, by the way. I did not actually glance over what is the biggest band gonna do here. How is he gonna play this against Ethiopia? Because as you know, Ethiopia does or actually spawned on his east side. It does look like it's gonna take some time until he's gonna get there. Ethiopia is more interested in settling the east, so he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. There's way too much land for any kind of proximity war here, so we are looking at a longer game. And just looking at the civilizations, definitely we have an equal game, I would say. Maybe that's just my opinion. It's very hard for you guys to actually set a prediction, but I do believe you're gonna, you know, go with your heart. Who do you prefer? Are you a fan of the CC boys? Are you a fan of the TBD boys? We're gonna find out in a few minutes here. You do have like 30 minutes to actually put your prediction going, and definitely in all of this time we're gonna see what is gonna happen here. What are their pantheons? What are their strategic options, or I should say the tactical choices they made, and of course where did they settle their next cities? We got another pantheon. We got God of Craftsman here, chosen by Mr. Muel. He did manage to get that extra production on his horse tiles, and he's gonna go for more settlers. In the meantime, he's not gonna be that worried into attacking Germany. While Germany did manage to get 3 settles out, and it does look like he's gonna wait for another settler here, just going for a quick trader. Not sure exactly where he's gonna send it, but he does have an option in Samarkand. And also, of course, internals and so on could always work here. We got 3 cities from Mongolia as well, one to the north, one to the south of his capital city. Urumqi actually is in range of a very good campus on the east side of it, not to mention could benefit from some extra food from the bananas, and of course a very good deer tile. One thing that at the moment I don't really see Mule going for. I guess he doesn't want to spend that gold. Gold is an important resource, especially at the beginning of the game, especially when you're talking about giving the gold away to a teammate so he can have the proper upgrades at the correct time. We've seen it before. Sometimes the players just don't predict properly when they're gonna need that gold, when they're gonna need that strategic resource, and because of that, well, tears happen. So hopefully it's not gonna be that case today. We do have a Government Plaza set in stone by it looks like Tordred. He did go for that third city to the south, and it is gonna be between all of those desert tiles. Interesting choice, but he does have a few good tiles to the north and a few good tiles to the east. So this city should be fine. Ooh, granary first. Well, that's a first here. It does look like Tordred really likes his granaries. Okay, that's a challenge, bro. Challenge accepted. What are you gonna do? We got Destroyer here. That is oh, did he get a Pantheon, by the way? Oh, he did get a Pantheon. Okay, it's God of Open Sky. Okay, we just saw his extra culture on all of those pasture tiles. That is gonna get him much faster to everything else. Right now he's look at that, how far ahead he is. He's double the amount of culture points that Mioel is making, and he doesn't even have Moksha in the city. You can imagine how much of a difference that can make at the beginning. Tordred here with 14 culture a turn, 6 science a turn. Actually, if you look at it, it's like 3 times than Bezdomi is making, or almost 3 times Vladimir is making. Oh my god, that is a lot of culture from the beginning of the game. And this stacks up. Like, the longer you have a difference between you and an enemy, especially this big of a difference, definitely it scales up very fast here. What do we have on Germany? Germany, of course, is going to go for his own granaries, and definitely this city needs it. Heidelberg will need a granary to get that out of that housing cap. The granary will give him that extra 2 housing and, of course, the food in it, so it's always helpful here. It does look like he's going to go for an internal trade route, and I do want to check out what's happening here with Ethiopia. Ethiopia did manage to finish his second holy site, didn't really go for his great prophet yet, but he has just 1 more turn until he's gonna recruit it, like passively recruited, and it should be fine. We got 5 more turns until the classical era, and we can quickly glance over the necessary points here. Only Germany is missing 1 point here, but he should be getting it soon enough, hopefully. I'm not sure exactly what he's gonna do, what he's gonna pop, or maybe a hut, maybe a technology, maybe something else. We never know. We'll see in the next few turns. They have 3 more turns to actually get that necessary points, because we just started a new one. Another Pantheon here for Mr. Ben, the biggest Ben. It does look like he spawned, what I should say, he settled 3 cities. He's gonna go for another few settlers here, and definitely, as you can see, going to upgrade his horses. So definitely that extra food and extra production is gonna be quite nice. Also got his iron improved, and a lot of food from that single rice tile is worked in the capital city. That is a 6th food rice tile in his capital Adu Atuka. Going for internals, definitely Magnus will give him that extra production, extra food in his other cities with the internal trade routes. Interesting choice. Magnus is starting to get picked more and more here. Definitely we see a change in meta, and I do remember the times when, man, if you didn't pick Magnus, you kind of died, because it was the chop meta, you know, like how many chops we had in the capital, that's how many units you're gonna get, and that is how many, you know, how many chances you're gonna have against an enemy. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Hey, good evening, Super Cookie, and welcome. Also, let's see over here with a few. Corny lost a settler. Wait a second, did he? Where is Mr. Corny here? Corny with Japan. Did he lose it? Oh my god, he did lose a settler. Oh my god, Sandro Games. Oh no. Oh my god. That is a nice catch, bro. Look at that. The Occhitaus that are coming from so far away did manage to snatch a settler here. It does look like Courtney was just moving, like casually moving his settler. He didn't have a care in the world, and oof, that is oh, heartbreaking. I would say heartbreaking. Unfortunate. We'll see how he's gonna develop. Definitely, it's not gonna be killing him. is definitely gonna have chances to come back out of this, but that extra settle for Sandro Games will be amazing. And that actually brings me up to talking about what is the starting point of Corny here. He did go for his holy sites, and actually it is only one adjacency holy site, and this is another 3 adjacency holy site. Interesting choice that he didn't go for something like River Goddess or maybe some other adjacency for his pantheon. For, well, he doesn't really have any, does he? Like except River Goddess, which I guess he doesn't have that many rivers, but definitely could work around rivers over here. Yeah. Oh well, we'll see exactly what he's gonna do with that faith generation. Most of the time you do want to benefit from a monumentality when you're gonna go for holy sites and get as much faith generated as possible, so you can buy, the settlers, the civilian units in general, like the settlers, the builders and so on, and expand your empire with that advantage you have. In the meantime, he's gonna get another settler. Moksha will establish in his capital city. I think we have a first religion on the map. It is gonna be Ethiopia with choral music and a lay ministry. This kind of sends us a message, right? Ethiopia is definitely thinking about going towards a culture victory, and we do see that Muel actually sneaked in a scout here in his land, and he might actually get a free score, I should say pillage on that holy site, which will put Ethiopia a little bit behind, but it's not going to be that much of an impact. We're actually going to need to see how that will go. Also, Corny is keeping an eye on another holy site from Mekele, so definitely they want to put as many breaks on Ethiopia's faith generation as possible. Let's see Macedon now. What's happening here? We got Macedon with an encampment, a very fast encampment. He did go for 3 cities, and he has more settlers coming out of his land. Did improve his iron tile, but it looks like he might be under attack from Japan. Japan is trying to sneak in a scout, which he might last move here. Let's actually check it out. Is he gonna go through the forest? No. Yeah, there we go. He did go through the forest. And he's gonna try to sneak in as fast as possible, so he can snatch maybe a builder, maybe a settler. You never know exactly what's gonna happen here. But now he, as in Macedon, sees the scout, and he gets a few turns of choices. Definitely he needs to decide if he's gonna defend himself against the scout and stop his pillage, if he's gonna get gold going and buy a unit, if he's gonna get production switched away from the encampment and so on. In the meantime, we do see another encampment being placed down by Rome here. He did manage to get one between the cities of Cume and Rome, and that is why he got his government platform, his second city. Definitely he wants another district from Rome and doesn't want to spend that district's point from the city of Rome. In the meantime, he did manage to finish Temple of Artemis, which is going to give him amazing bonuses, and got another settler out to the east side where he has so many iron tiles. His, of course, pantheon was open sky, so he's benefiting from quite a lot of culture, which is surprising because look at that, Muriel did manage to catch back up. 9 and 13, we got Tordet on 14 and 13, and his enemy over here, Destroyer, is on 10, but he is creeping closer with more settlers, and there we go, there was a decision being made here by Destroyer. He is gonna go and get a scout out, and we need to see what Corny will do. Is he gonna pillage the horses? Is he gonna go for that iron tile? Actually, both are good options. One thing that did happen, Destroyer did manage to finish his encampment, and that opens up the way for a general here. Definitely Macedon gets quite a few bonuses from the Basilikoi Pades, which is the unique building of his encampment here, giving him so many bonuses. We do have the biggest Ben with 4 cities, soon to be 5 cities, and already spamming those Oppidums. He started making quite a few of these great engineer points, and definitely we're gonna need to see what he's gonna use those points for. There are, of course, a lot of very good engineers when you're talking about wonder spamming, wonder building, whatever you want to do, especially one that has been like I should say a drama causer, however you want to, the cause of drama, you know, Emotep. Emotep has been introduced by Firaxis a few months ago, and man, oh man, everybody was like, oh, I get Emotep, oh, I want turn Colosseum, oh, I want turn another one, and so on. Oh my god, that great engineer, man, unbelievable. Anyway, we got the biggest ban here with the north side of his empire with extremely strong tiles. Definitely he's gonna get to improve quite a few of those quarries. Wants to keep the bonus from the quarries for his oppidums. He does get the +2 adjacency from the quarries, and of course the +2 from the strategic resources. That is why he's placing his oppidums like this. And one thing that is a penalty for the goals, he cannot place the districts next to his city center, so that is a problem. He's probably gonna go around it, and he should be fine. Let's see here. Lemavre, could you show all of the pantheons? Yes, sir. I think, well, I did show as many as possible. Anyway, we got another pantheon here, a destroyer with God of the Forge, and there we go. He's definitely telling us something. He wants to show us the way with those heteroids, not to mention the Hypastis. I don't really fancy their chances against the Roman legions, which we already see in the production queue of Cume, and we're probably gonna see a few from Rome. Now they did go into the classical era, and as you can see here, all of the civilizations did manage to get a golden age. One thing that I need to quickly check is what is Japan's religion. It's feed the world with pilgrimage. Not bad. He's gonna definitely get that extra food work, not to mention the housing, and pilgrimage will give him quite a few faith points for all of those cities that he's gonna convert. Oh, is this? Well, he's not gonna get, come on, he's not gonna get the warrior with a scout. I mean, sure, he got one settler. Sandro Games definitely has one settler. It's fine. I think he's gonna stop there. Creed did go for a pantheon himself. It is God of War and Plunder. He's definitely gonna benefit from extra points in his admirals, in his maybe generals or merchants, which is definitely gonna give him quite a few advantages in this game. We'll see how that will go. It's going now for Sim. Definitely he put down his Governor Plaza. He put down his harbor. Interesting choice that he's not using his Governor Plaza for extra adjacencies between the cities. Usually the players do prefer to use the Governor Plaza as much as possible to get better districts over here, but it does look like he's prioritizing more gold over everything else, and definitely knows he's gonna need to get that going. One thing that of course I do want to point out is his Government Plaza would have given him the choice to actually build quite a few commercials next to it. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I would have definitely put the Government Plaza on that river instead of next to the harbor. Anyway, we got Mongolia here with settlers to the north. He was the one who went for God of Craftsman, and at the moment we don't actually see any kind of war unit here from him. He's actually improving his land. He's getting more settlers. Did manage to get a defensive archer at least to keep the choke, or I should say keep Germany in his place. And in the meantime we do see that Germany has started his hexagon here. Next to the Government Plaza he started putting down quite a few of these commercial hubs, and he's gonna need to get the Hansa soon enough. Also, now getting that, now that he finished his granary in the city of Heidelberg, he does get to go to a higher population, even get to a second district here, since he did go for a +5 campus. Very nice, by the way, campus over there. That extra science is gonna be all the difference in the world against the Mongolia. But at the same time, we do know Mongolia, those Kesheks are just nasty, bro. Like the Keshek machine of Mongolia, especially in the hands of Muel, it's gonna be nasty against Vladimir. I do trust Vladimir. He's probably gonna know the way to defend those, but man, I've seen it time and time again. Very good players are just not handling those Kesheks very well. Hey, good evening, Damodar, and I think Lemavre, I just answered your questions with your question. I mean, with the pantheons. I don't think there's any pantheon that I missed here. So we got the biggest ban. Let me quickly glance over. Fertility rights, Tordred is with Open Sky. We got Muel on God of Craftsman. We got Corny with, what did he go? God of the Sea, right? God of the Sea. We got Bezdomi. Oh, Bezdomi. Wait, Bezdomi did go Sacred Path. Okay, so he was the one with Sacred Path. It is here. 3 cities already making. Let's actually check him out. In the Eel tab, he's actually the one making the most amount of faith. 29 faith a third, 9 science, 21 culture. He did go for Moksha in the capital city already with his religion in 3 cities, and he's working on his third holy site as well. That's yeah, there we go. He's gonna start working on that. In the meantime, using that faith generated till now to buy settlers, not to mention a few of these builders, so he can start working on later on stuff. Also putting down his government plaza for a very good adjacency campus over here. Nice. Sandro Games is the one with God of War and Plunder. We got Vladimir with City Patreon Goddess. Okay, that was the one that I missed actually. That now that I mention it, that is the only one that I missed. City Patreon Goddess chosen here by Germany. Definitely you're gonna need that extra bonus that you get from the City Patreon Goddess into the first district. So you basically get like 2 very cheap districts. It's you just don't need to go Hansa first. You go another district and then maybe a commercial, maybe a campus, as you can see here, and then you go into your Hansa, and definitely that will get you faster to where you want to go. Last but not least, of course, we got Alan Sadler with God of the Forge here. He already started building quite a few of these units. He did get his encampment, but I'm a bit sad that we don't see that Basilicoi paid. Definitely he would have benefited from that extra science, not to mention the bonuses that you get on the heteroids, which are always nice. In the meantime, he did manage to get 4 cities already placed, and another one gonna be placed next turn, probably on that incense style, benefiting from those 2 dues to the west, 2 dues to the north, not to mention extra amenity in the city, and of course available food from the rice style. If we take a moment and look at the Golden Age options of the teams here, what are we gonna see? We got the biggest Ben with pen, brush, and voice. Definitely those all of these oppidums will give him culture as well as gold. We got Tordred with pen, brush, and voice, and he was building quite a few of these legions. And the one thing that of course I do want to remind everyone, legions do get the option to chop legions. So it's legion after legion after legion after legion. This is gonna go wild very, very fast, but definitely he needs every help he can get, of course, against Macedon. And yeah, there we go. I just said that, and look at that. Tordred just popped a legion with another legion. We got Muriel here with pen, brush, and voice on the northwest side of this map, or how the map looks like, and he's just happily simming away, getting a few horses, or I should say 1 horse from the city of Urunchi, but most of the time he's gonna get settlers to their next city location, and he's gonna try to expand as fast as possible, probably faster than Germany is. As we can see here, Germany did suffer quite a bit because he got his second city on a non-freshwater tile. Definitely you don't want to benefit as much as possible, or put your second city in a place that is the best choice out of all of those. I do understand his tactical choice. I'm not sure I understand his simming choice. In the meantime, let's actually check out Japan here. Japan did go for Monumentality Golden Age, and I did notice that he's making a decent amount of... wait a second, what is happening here? Another attack from Kree's Occhitaus, but yeah, I think that attack is over. And now that Courtney did manage to chop at least 1 horse, that city will pop into 26 turns at least. Actually, it is 22 because of the -4 damage district, but those Occhitaus just don't have enough damage to attack the city center anymore, so it should be fine. He did try to go for another one of those settlers there. That's one of the things I was worried when I saw you know, all of the Occhitaus like converging on that settler with a warrior. Definitely every point that they can get is gonna get them an advantage. We can see still the settler from Corny is moving side by side with a warrior here of Sandro Games, and he's trying to get it home as much as as possible so he can benefit from that. In the meantime, Courtney does have a gold problem, and definitely that's one thing that we were talking about at the beginning of the stream. Japan's spawn is not one of those amazing gold generating spawns that we're used to seeing Japan on. Definitely, Highlands map is not one of those maps in which you can just spam harbors with impunity. You do need quite a few of these one-tile lakes to settle on, and the inland lakes are just, or inland seas are just way too small something to put that many cities on it. But we're gonna need to see how Courtney will adapt to this. Definitely Japan is one of those civilizations you do want to see adapting. Bezdomi with Monumentality Golden Age. We got Ethiopia here now with 3 cities, but definitely he's ramping up his faith production, and he's gonna get quite a few of those settlers and builders at the same time with faith. So I do believe he's going to catch up to everybody else soon enough. Already on 40, actually 51. I say that, and he just got another 4 kick W. Oh, he got a Rockhewn Church, 2 Rockhewn Churches. Okay, like easy peasy. 56 faith, 12 science and 26 culture. Okay, bro. Okay, going for Pingala's second governor here. Definitely he wants that +1 science from the population, and he's going to get it. We got Sandro Games with gold penbrush and voice. Golden Age. And of course, he did go for his harbors, but didn't finish them yet. He is going to finish them soon. Now prioritizing getting the settlers out, and definitely that is something that most of the time you're going to want to do. You do get quite a few bonuses from getting more production centers because you just snowball after that. And of course, this being the Highlands map, there is a lot of space. We don't really see proximity wars, except this. This is going to happen. Rome going against Macedon, or I should say Macedon going against Rome, because it does look like Tordet is just happy to defend himself over here. I am a bit worried though about his spamming of granaries here. I mean, sure, I understand why he's doing it, because he doesn't have that much housing. He doesn't need to spend the production on monuments because he gets them free. But definitely more archers, for example, would have been an interesting choice here. But I think he's basing his decision on the fact that the destroyer is not really putting the pedal to the metal. Although, if we look from the bird's eye view, our vision into this game, definitely we got a lot of heteros being pumped out of the cities here, and we do see a pattern evolving here. Destroyer does want a little bit of Roman blood, and definitely he's gonna go for it. We got, let's see, Vladimir with a penbrush and voice Golden Age with Germany. He did get quite a few of these pre-placed districts, the commercials, as you can see, between his cities. I'm still a bit surprised he went for the northern one instead of, to put his government plaza on. I would have definitely went for this one. It does seem like a stronger choice because you're going to get the gold as well as the adjacency for your Hanzas. Not to mention you can actually get a very good campus over here on the eastern side with the mountains. But anyway, this is a good choice as well. You're just not going to get as much gold generated as you might have in the long term, because the commercial hubs, as you can see, they're basically like +2s instead of like +4s or later on +5s. So sure, I mean, that is a lot of gold if you think about it. Kick. Anyway, definitely the fact that he gets to place this hexagon, he's gonna get quite a few of these Hanzas going. The Hanzas will give him the necessary production, and all he needs to do is get as fast as possible to his next district, when I think it is medieval fairs, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let me see. We got actually German bonus, right? It is each city can build one more district. Guilds. Okay, guilds. Never mind. I don't know why I messed that up, but it is the same tree. So basically, you need to get over here. It's either medieval fairs or guilds. That's where he's gonna get his extra district on, and definitely we know Germany as a district spammer here, and that's one of the reasons he gets his city Patreon goddess, because man, oh man, he wants to build a lot of districts. Last but not least, we got Macedon over here on the east side, who did manage to build a few of his districts already, but not that many from what I can see. Did go for a penbrush and voice, and he's benefiting from those with extra culture and the gold. I definitely would have expected him to go for Basilicoid paste, but it doesn't look like he wants to spend the production on that. So that means less science overall, especially when you're talking about these heteroids. Man, the heteroids are just an insane especially if you're planning on building a lot of them. They're just like an insane accumulation of, or I should say source. That's what I'm looking for as a word, source for science. Hey, Strategy Steven! Oh my god, sir, I haven't seen you in such a long time. Welcome. And good evening. I think I haven't seen you in such a long time that I'm gonna say Merry Christmas and of course a Happy New Year to you, because that's how long we haven't seen each other. You are asking me, wait a second, Michael, did we just witness Cut of the Sea with 3 fish in a lake? Did I miss something or what? Corny trolling his team. I don't want to comment on that, bro. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, personally, I think he would have had a much better game if he went for River Goddess. But maybe that's just me, especially since he went for holy sites. So extra adjacency, extra faith, extra amenities, extra housing. I mean, what can go wrong? And we got a comment here from Devries with greeneries on Rome. Seems really good actually. Free monument and you get one food super early. Yeah, you can definitely see it that way, and definitely he wants higher population cities here, and access to that next district is gonna be instrumental. I'm just worried he's not going to have enough units to defend himself against these nasty heteroids that are coming from the north. But again, this is one of those choices you need to make in the games, and most of the time you're going to see the players use their impression of the other player, of your enemy player, and of course think about what their own how to say, their own image is looking like. So if they have been successfully defending against other players time and time again, they're probably gonna think there's a high chance for the enemy player to not come against them, because nobody wants an IRL war, and there are, you know, you just don't build enough units, which is kind of a circle, you know, it happens. It's the circle of life. Sometimes you get that, and then you get a player coming against you with so many units you can defend, and it's just one game that is extremely important to you, and it just doesn't happen. You know, like, I don't know, Murphy's Law. You guys, I guess, are familiar with Murphy's Law, with that, statement that anything wrong that can happen will happen. Well, yeah, this is one of those games in which you need to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. It's kind of like that. Anyway, we got a few more comments here. Lakes is one of those maps you need the 4 pop from Greenery Lake of fresh water for sure. Yeah, or I mean, I guess, yeah, you mean Highlands. Also, harbors will play an interesting advantage here if they can get them. Definitely that extra housing from the harbors will be nice, from the lighthouses. Master Diaz asking me who is the next great engineer. The first one is the ancient walls and the medieval walls one, so I guess the goals will get that soon enough. It does look like, of course, Ben is going for a culture victory here. We were saying, and we've seen it actually before with Nyreen doing it, so he can definitely go for a culture victory and defend the culture victory quite nicely, and I do think Bezdomi will get a run for his money here. As we can see, quite a few wonders already have been finished or are finishing. We got Oracle in the city of Bibrax. We got Hanging Gardens finishing next turn from his second, or I should say third city, because this Bibrax city was the second one. We got Aduatuca going for actually Apadana over there. And we're probably gonna see the next engineers soon enough here. Definitely with 11.5 great engineer points a third, he's gonna get very fast to the next one. That's one of the advantages definitely you want to get from that Oracle. Not to mention he's gonna get a theater square there. I think he wants to go for Machu Picchu as well to get the extra adjacency from the mountains. So he's gonna have quite a few of these very, very good theater squares. I don't know why for a second there I just like it popped out of my mind. I was thinking campuses when I wanted to say theater squares, so I just abstained myself. Pingala Oracle, yes, bro, that is a killer combination here, especially when you're talking about great engineers. Now we're gonna see who's the next one is. Isidore of Miletus is gonna be the next one, the second one, and it's only 75 points. It does look like in at least 7 turns he's gonna get that, no problem, no questions asked. The goals will get more wonders with that ability of Isidore to expend so much production. And I do believe with even with James St. George, he can actually build a few of these walls and get him closer to those Renaissance walls, which, I mean, they were nerfed, but sure, don't tell anybody, don't tell anybody. The Big Ben is definitely playing Poggy Woggy over here. And he's gonna need to rely on his friend, his ally, his buddy here, Tordred, to actually keep the line. And definitely we do see more legions showing up to defend the north. We got destroyed with more heteros starting to push in. But this is a very good land to defend against Macedon. As you can see, the river does play its role. Not to mention we got rainforest hills or forest hills, which will give extra damage to these, or I should say defensive bonuses to the archers. But at the same time, the heteros will just get higher and higher in strength as well. Look at the archers, +6 from the ideal terrain, +6 from the support bonus of the units around them. And they're quite strong, but he just doesn't want to risk them. And he just moved the legion in front. Okay, that works, definitely works. Both of them did manage to get great generals out, and we do see a Tordred with Shunsu and Trung Trak was recruited here by Macedon, so definitely more of these heteros will get the bonus over there. But is it gonna be enough? This is one of those games in which we're gonna see a lot of heteros all over the place. Look at that, to the west, to the east, like he's all over the place. He's not fully attacking into Rome here, even though as you can see, he doesn't really have that many chances. The legions are just insane when you're talking about a defensive stance, and most of the time you're gonna see them defend until muskets with no issues. Like the heteros just die if they attack into them. Do you see this? Oh my god, this is 36 against the Legion's 61. It's just a numbers, and I mean, not even a numbers game here. Anyway, but definitely the lack of a general, definitely the lack of maybe some of these bonuses being activated, that does paint a different picture. But we're gonna see the archers get a few levels on these legions. The legions will also get a few levels of their own, and I don't really think if the heteros don't get I don't know, 5 attacks on one legion, I don't think they can break that defense anyway, especially if the legion just sits there and gets heals every turn. Ethiopia did manage to ramp up his faith generation. He's on 90 faith a turn, but definitely gold is a problem. -4 already. His score, of course, is 25 science with 39 culture. It is lower than Vladimir's, for example, when you're talking about Germany. Germany is starting to get quite a few bonuses. 39 science with 31 culture. He did finish 2 of these campuses and going for more of these commercials. Also, he's doing fine on gold, not an impressive amount, only 8, but definitely could do more when he's gonna get those trade routes from the cities. In the meantime, he started chopping his land, and definitely with this amount of rainforest and forest in his land, he's gonna benefit with quite a few production points. Let's see what Kree is doing or has been doing, and that's a sad story, by the way. Since we kind of see an advantage creeping, like getting bigger and bigger and bigger on the biggest Ben, and yes, pun intended. Definitely the goals with their advantage to get those great engineers, with the engineers get the wonders, and of course with the extra culture that you're gonna get from the mines and so on. You can imagine there's like a snowball type of thing over there happening. So I do imagine at this point the biggest Ben is gonna go for that culture victory, as much tourism as possible, as fast as he can. He's only on let's actually check him out, 14 right now, 52 culture as well. Also a little bit higher than Tordred, but he didn't really finish all of his theater squares, not to mention get all of this done. He just started getting those great engineers, so you can imagine that in the next 10 to 15 turns there will need to be somebody defending the cultured victory, somebody getting more internal tourists so he can actually defend, right? Domestic tourists, I should say. These guys. At the moment it is Vladimir, it is actually Germany, which will have a problem when you're talking about the proximity against Mongolia. Mongolia will just be a nuisance over here for Germany if he manages to get to keep Germany occupied and not let him build the defense against the culture victory. Well, that will be a problem because the next one up will be Ethiopia to go against this. It does look like Mongolia did manage to take over a city-state. It is Yerevan. He did improve a few of these truffle tiles there, and all of those horses that are next to the city will just go to the southeast. Maybe against Ethiopia. Maybe. Let's actually see what will happen here. Mioel is trying to scout to see what's going on, and yeah, he is moving his units towards there. Definitely wants to surprise Ethiopia here, but fortunately there is a Bezdomi scout from Ethiopia that is overlooking those horses, and he knows he's gonna need to defend soon enough. Has a horseman coming out next turn, and with that ability from Monumentality to chop, to move and chop the builders, he should be fine. He should actually chop a defensive army soon enough. Also, I do see Mahabodhi Temple starting to be built from his capital city. More of these settlers spawning on, or I should say being bought with faith on the east side, and that is definitely the advantage he wants to get for his civilization. As much faith generated, as many bonus points for his science and culture, and at the same time get as many civilian units out as possible. Let's see what's happening here. Macedon is starting to push in. He's getting a few advantages, especially when you're talking about this one. It does look like he forced the legion behind that, but at the same time Tordred is trying to get more of an army to defend this. In the back lines he's getting more builders, more settlers, and it does look like he's getting the sim done, so he's not gonna get irrelevant out of the game. He wants to keep an advantage over his enemy, and definitely with 36 science and 55 culture, he is definitely ahead of destroyers 28 and 33. We got a lot more heteroids coming out from the cities of Macedon. Still no Basilikoi paid, so I'm gonna take a moment here to actually explain what Basilikoi paid does, if you guys don't know. So the Basilikoi Pades is a unique building to Macedon or Alexander. As you can see here, it does give him plus 25 combat strength for all melee ranged land units and the heteroids trained in the city. You also gain the science equal to the 25% of the unit's cost when a non-civilian unit is created in the city. Okay, sure, it's gonna give you more stockpiles of strategic resources because you get an increased 10, and of course extra production, and it does replace the barracks as a building. You're gonna spend a little bit of gold on the maintenance though. So let's take a look at the hetero and how much production you do get from it, and let's do some quick math over here, and you guys might like it. It's all, I do believe this game is full of math. What do we have here? So this hetero costs 50 production. Yeah, it is half on online speed, so it's 50 production. Quick math: how much science will he get from one single hetero? And then let's see how many heteroids he already built, and we can figure out how far ahead he would have been in science if he would have gotten the Basilikoi Pades before. So you guys figure out that one. So it's 12.5. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Heteroids 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So yeah. You can just multiply 12.5 with 14 heteroids, and you'll get the answer of how much science he would have gotten from just building the Basilikoi Pades before building an army. It is, definitely. It is only heteroids produced from that particular encampment. So you do need to spend quite a bit of production on the encampments themselves and the basilicoid paste before you start building your army. But after that, you get bonuses towards science from just spamming out armies. And look at what he's doing. He's just spamming out armies. There is definitely a counter thought to this, or a counter argument. Some players just don't like the fact that of this gameplay, they think they get derailed at some point, like because they don't have extra districts, or they don't get to place their campuses, or they don't get something gold, whatever, and so on and so forth. But you can imagine those are a lot of science points you're just missing out. So like looking at for example, the tech tree, let's check it out. So stirrups, it's 234 science. You can imagine that you just get stirrups, like full stirrups, with just building that basilicoid paints and starting to build an army. Anyway, let's go for this. We got Mongolia here starting to chop quite a few of his cities. We are getting closer to the next era, the medieval era. We're just 9 turns away from that happening. And definitely Muriel here is ramping up his production of campuses and of course commercials, as you can see here between the cities. He is trying to keep up as much as possible with Vladimir. Vladimir is on 42 with 40 on Germany. And Muriel is a little bit ahead actually. We got him on 45 with 47, and you can imagine that the German production will start to ramp up, especially once he finishes all of these Hanzas. He already has one finished in the city of Aachen, which does give him 8 production from that city, and another one will pop from the city of Heidelberg. It is going to be another +8 Hansa over here. Remember, the Hanzas do get extra adjacency from the commercials, not to mention the government plaza and of course all of the districts around them. So yeah, bro. Oh, Devris, look at that. He has an idea. A big team to buy one. Yes. Definitely, man. That sounds like a bigger way to go, right? Anyway, we got Tordret here successfully defending against Macedon. It doesn't look like Macedon will get to punish him that much. In the meantime, Rome did. You can also see, by the way, Tordret built enough units to know he's gonna get to successful defense, and just behind all of this, after he knew he's gonna not need that much of a defense, he just kept on building his campuses, his buildings in them, not to mention his commercial hub, so he can get an extra bonus in his economy. Right now, actually, since the beginning of the game, we were talking about the differences between the two civils and the two teams in gold generation, and there were quite a few opinions left and right and center if maybe we see less gold generated on CC than we're gonna see on TBD, or the other way around. Well, at this point in the game, they are actually, TBD is making actually more gold than Team CC. We got Corny with 7 gold a turn. Sure, he's not gonna get an extreme amount, but he is building his harbors out, and definitely that will be a change here. He's gonna need to get an army as soon as possible, because look at those heteroids are just looking at and winking at his cities. Is definitely going to have a bit of a problem here, and in the meantime he does need to get more science and more culture up, as well as the next golden age. Muriel with 25 gold, we got Tordred with 31 gold, and the biggest Ben with 11, but at the same time we got the biggest Ben getting very close to his 100 culture per turn. He's already getting his arena in Aduatuca. That means he's very close to actually getting his Colosseum, and I do believe he's gonna chop that rice and the marsh underneath it and just place the Colosseum over there. Oh my god, this is gonna be a wonderful Colosseum. It's gonna hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities, and 6 actually. Is it gonna hit this one? Yes, it is. 2, 4, 6 tiles. Yeah, it is gonna hit the one to the south as well. Only 2 cities will not be hit that by that Colosseum, but those are the ones furthest away from his capital city anyway. This is one big continent. Oh, that's another thing that I would like to check out. What's the continent split on this game? So we got 2 different amenities choices for Japan, or I should say continent amenity choices. We got one big continent for Cree. That's gonna be a problem. 2 continents for Mongolia. He did settle on 2 of them already, and also is trying to put a bit of pressure on Ethiopia just to make him spend a few production points on that defensive army. At the same time, the Gauls did make walls towards the east, did manage to get a classical unit out, and definitely that is gonna keep his cities safe for a little while. I don't really see Mongolia sending a Keshik army towards him, but I do see a trader going towards something. Where is this trader going? Like, really, bro? Oh, wait, never mind. Why am I even thinking about this? They are allies, bro. I don't know why it just popped into my head. Oh, maybe he's in trouble, because I saw this like wall going down, and I was thinking like, okay, sure, he got that wall for some reason, but I guess it was Ethiopia's or Oromo attack. That's probably not gonna happen. We do have Mongolia here getting a defensive stance against Ethiopia, and he's probably gonna see whatever is coming against his friend here, against the biggest band. So yeah, not gonna happen. Germany also is trying to get his chokes plugged here, although he doesn't really need to worry about anything at the moment. He doesn't know it, but definitely Mongolia doesn't really have units to the north in the city of Korakal-Basun or Hami. So definitely Vladimir here is wanting to get that going just so he can be safe.
9 months. It's like I'm your newborn baby tongue.
Or I am. You never know, bro. Thank you very much for the sub, bro, and welcome. I haven't seen you in the stream chat. Sorry. What do we have here? Some more. Vladimir here has a lot of settlers out, so he did manage to build his Hanzas. Now he's gonna start getting a few of these engineer points, but you can see there is a big difference between him and the Gauls. The Gauls just had a big chance to get the engineers at the beginning, and I think he did recruit the first one, Isodor of Miletus, the first one, the construction one. The second one is the extra district, if I'm not mistaken. Let me actually see. Yeah, it is the extra district one, Bishang. One other thing that I do want to see is what Sandro Games is doing over here. It does look like he's gonna try to ramp up his production. Definitely quite a few mines, definitely quite a few chops here, potential chops. He's gonna get the campus as well from his capital city and the other cities. Definitely needs more science. Only on 26 science a turn with 38 culture, still using pen, brush and voice as a golden age, and definitely spamming out campuses, getting the culture from them as well as gold is just the way to go at this point. Didn't really build an army, didn't need to. He's on 10 garrison strength still, but he does have a horse coming out of Piwesiv Avasis from his easternmost city. One thing that I do want to point out, Chinguetti is sending units towards him. Not sure if anybody's gonna seize that. Maybe levy that, wink wink. We don't have look at that, we don't have big boy Hungary in the game, so he's not gonna get the players are just not gonna get that worried about the city states, right? That might be a mistake. Anyway, Nalanda is being seized by Destroyer. If you look at the city-state screen, let's actually check it out, because, yeah. What do we have here? Nalanda, Destroyer, we got Hattusa, Vladimir, we got Samarkand. Sandro Games definitely has the potential of getting him so much gold. He's already on 43 gold a turn, and it does look like he's gonna be the one putting the gold on the table for his team. We got Granada Sus by Miguel. Not an amazing city state, but definitely that extra production would be nice. Well, will be nice. We got Nazca Sus by Corny, and it does look like, let's actually check out. He does have a potential for. Okay, well, now Macedon, big boy. Now, once you look at that, all of those heteroids with a general are just gonna start pouring through the chokes here. He has heteroids like literally everywhere. To the west, on the city of Fukuoka, on the north side of the city of Okayama, and there is already a siege underway on the city of Osaka, on the easternmost city of Korni. It does look like Korni is in trouble at this point. And I think this is one of those moments we need to call the poll, because this is an important turn in the game. Definitely Macedon is on a warpath. I don't think we're gonna see reinforcement units from Rome. He's just too far away. Those legions are not gonna be as fast as he would like, and definitely there is a lot of potential for Macedon to defend his cities as well as Rome did. So don't really fancy that choice. We still have, of course, an advantage, a big advantage on the TBD team when we're looking at what is Ben doing on the right side of the map, on the eastern side of the map. His culture generation is just insane right now. 126 culture a turn, 47 science. He's definitely gonna start getting more tourists faster. He's already on 26 tourism a turn, and I think that will ramp up very, very fast. Now he has Colosseum. If we put the lens on, we're gonna see his happiness level is already on +3, +0, or content. Maybe did he just finish it this turn? I don't know. It might be one of those things it needs to update or something, because I feel like it should have been higher, especially since these cities are like only 6 production, 6 population. Let's actually check it. No, it's still okay. It's fine. It's content. Kick W. He needs more. Anyway, I'm gonna put up that hey Bumble Ship, good evening. You're asking me who's winning. We don't know yet, but it does look like one team has an advantage in when you're talking about culture victory, and one team has an advantage when you're talking about a pure army. We still don't see the Mongolian Kesheks on the map, so we're gonna need to wait until that moment. But at this point, I do want to put a poll out to see what's happening here. Let's see, how do you guys feel about this? He's be getting attacked by 16, no less than 16 heteroids. Finarfin counted them in the stream chat, and the biggest question right now on our minds is, will Korni survive? He has samurais coming out of the city of Kyoto. He did manage, of course, to get to feudalism. Now he's getting more archers out, but you can just see the sheer number of these heteroids all over the place. They do have promotions, and of course they will benefit from that heal of the promotion. And at the same time, we got a lot of defensive horses from Japan. Is this gonna be enough? 41 science, 36 culture on Korni, losing a bit of gold, like 4 gold a turn, while he is also doing 62 faith. Yes, so many heteroids. He already lost a city, and that is a city that probably Macedon will keep on having. Did he just buy a builder there? Okay, that's a lot of gold. Not sure exactly why he did that, but sure. Also, a great general is gonna be next to those heteroids soon enough. It just didn't get enough movement points. The heteroids are just way too fast compared to the general. But now that he has a road, he's probably gonna get it on the front lines, and we're probably gonna see that smashing of the horses. Let's check it out. There's still no triple attack on the horses. Most of the time you're gonna want to get as many attacks as possible on a single unit. There are walls that are gonna be built in Okayama, and definitely we don't see siege units yet from Macedon, so he's gonna need to get those catapults going. But that is the question. I mean, I do trust Korni's ability to get defense up. Korni's ability to play Japan is well known, so at this point it's just a matter of is he gonna get the correct timings done, because definitely this wasn't something that he expected. He saw the army of Destroyer on the east side. against Rome, going against Rome. He just lost focus at some point because there was no more army anywhere. Maybe there was a miscommunication problem between them. Most of the time, you're not gonna have the seconds, the precious seconds, to move the screen from one side to the next. I mean, you can imagine, like me as an observer, have problems to actually see everything happening on the map. You can imagine the players having the same problem, like more so, let's see what's happening here. It does look like Mongolia retreated his army to the north. He's still building his encampments, actually preparing for that attack here. Also, he also has one of those unique stables called the Ordu, and definitely you do want to get as many as possible. And later on in the game, the meta right now is just so much towards encampments. You're gonna get so many benefits later on, especially that oil per turn, which will open up so many doors when you're talking about tanks, when you're talking about artilleries and so on. I mean, that's definitely the way to go. So, still looking at this, I just wanted to glance quickly on the other civilizations to see what they're doing. But yeah, definitely we need to check this out. Japan with the horses is defending quite well on the east side, and look at that. Even in the stream chat, we got a tie between yes, no, and of course the famous Kek W. You guys asked me time and time again to put the Kek W over there, so I'm trying to put it as much as possible, bro. It happens. Sometimes I just forget. Anyway, let's see this destroyer with more of these builders. Builders chopping builders. I mean, who knew builders would chop builders? Sure. And there we have it. We do see Torded starting to push a little further with the legions. He wants to see what's happening. He did manage to get a knight out, and he wants to relieve the pressure of his friend here. Corny definitely needs as much help as possible to keep away these nasty heteroids. At the same time, we got catapults coming out from the city of Osaka. That is why he got a builder, so he can chop a catapult from that city, which is definitely gonna give him that much needed extra attack on the fortification health of Okayama, not to mention the other cities. But it might not be in time. We got Corny 2 turns away from machinery. That will open up the option for him to go for his crossbows, not to mention he should be very close to getting horses, which is a stronger unit overall, and then he's gonna, there we go, machinery over here, castles is over here. He does have stirrups already because he has knights in production. Also, his samurais are gonna pop next turn from the city of Kyoto. I think that is the first samurai. Yeah, that will definitely boost the city's garrison defense strength, and definitely that will be an advantage here. It might be that this attack will stop here. Like, I do trust Destroyer's ability to push through, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe, I'm sometimes a pessimist or something, but no, he's actually attacking from, oh my god, from all sides, bro. Like, this is he gonna push this? Last seconds attack from Destroyer, and yeah, there we go. Corny just switched the horse with a non-hit horse, so he can get as much defense as there as possible. It doesn't look like the heteroids have enough damage with only 2 attacks to get that horse, and to the south there's just not enough. Oh, and there might be actually a way to take this horse out. 3 attacks, like move this here, attack this, move this here, attack this, move this, attack this, but I think he does have, of course, the option to switch. Oh well, it's like all in the wrist, bro. It's all in the wrist. We got Bumbleship with a question. You think Okayama will be hard to hold, but also hard to take? Other than that, Japan seems okay, but losing 2 cities might be hard of a hit. Actually, this would be his 3rd city if he loses Okayama. I don't think he's gonna lose it, but at the beginning of the game, he lost a settler to those Okchitaos. Unfortunately, they just came out of the forest, out of nowhere, and just swooped in, took a settler. I think it wasn't escorted. Maybe it was, I don't know, maybe you guys saw his stream or something, because of course Corny is streaming, but I just didn't catch that action being played out, so I don't want to comment on something that I don't really have the information on. The biggest Ben over here did manage to get almost to 200 culture a turn. We're turns 57 and he's at 200 culture. Wow, okay. 183 right now with only 59 science. It doesn't even matter. He's building more of an economy, getting those harbors out and starting to get more campuses as well. In the Guams, what is happening in the Guams? We got him with 17 Great Writer points a turn versus Rome's 4 Great Writer points a turn, or Japan's 1.1. Definitely a lot of great artists as well. 9 great artists from this goal, and great musicians. We got 9 over here, 9 points over here as well. I think he's gonna get that first one easy peasy. The 210 one. Is this, wait, oh, it's Bach. Okay, easy peasy. Yeah, that is, well, that is the issue over here. Japan would have needed to build his economy up, his science, his culture. You can see that Destroyer has the same problem. Like, he's around Corny science and culture, 38 versus 45, and 36 versus, oh, Corny just went and got 61 kick W. But at the same, oh, there we go. Destroyer did manage to get that going, and he just got punished with 1 Hotorei. Ah, that's fine. We got knights on the table here, and definitely the catapult is starting to get attacks on that city. So slowly but surely the city's defenses will dwindle. Not sure if it's again gonna be enough. We're gonna have to see. We got Germany ramping up his production of districts. A lot of aqueducts are being built here. A lot of housing, of course, from those. Not to mention he's starting to get a few encampments from his cities. That definitely means he wants to prepare himself for that upcoming Mongolian attack. Mongolia is also slowly building up his infrastructure for his next attack. We are talking about intelligence agency, free spy. He's gonna get that into one of his enemy cities. Not sure if it's gonna be Germany, if it's gonna be Ethiopia. We're gonna have to wait and see that happening. And then we're probably gonna see him use his points, you know, the Mongolian advantage, that whenever you're gonna get one single extra point of diplomatic visibility over your enemy, you're gonna get double the amount of damage points. So like usually it's 3, you're gonna get 6. So yeah, you can actually use that advantage very, very nicely. Sometimes getting like plus 18 on your enemy, which is like, wow, bro, wow. Everybody wants that, don't they? We got the Kree just happily simming away. He did manage to get the gold going for his team. 87 gold at 71 science with 60 culture. Also Vladimir is on 73 with 61 and 50. So they are the ones doing the gold. We're going into the first World Congress session here, and let's check it out. What's it gonna be? Okay, I'm gonna go A. Let's check it. No, not great engineer. Let's go great prophet, because why not? Seems like the most useless. Well, I guess Great Admiral would have been a choice as well, but I feel like Great Prophet is useless anyway, so I don't think that many will put into it, so. Okay, there we go. So, Destroyer's Hathaway. What is the upcoming attack? What is his next game? Ooh, there we have it. So definitely we got Rome here using that timing, using the fact that Destroyer is attacking his friend and trying to push in, getting some knights. The knights do have the damage to slowly push through the heteroids, but I do think the heteroids are just way too strong at this point. Even the legions will not get to move them from their defensive stances. He would have needed a lot more of these ranged units. He just doesn't have any. I didn't build that many to begin with, and at this point he's more concerned about his simming ability than his anything else. I do think he trusts Corny to keep his line, and I do think after the city of Osaka, it's gonna be very, very hard for Macedon to take any other city. He just hit Japan when he was the weakest. Definitely that holy site choice at the beginning, and of course the faith generated from it and so on, did make it a little bit slower on Japan at the beginning of the game, definitely compared to Macedon's ability to get a lot of units very, very fast. But I think in the long term, Corny here should be fine. 45 science, 61 culture, definitely Destroyer is lagging behind quite a bit. While all of the Congress is happening, let's actually check out what is the tally of the era score. We got all of the civilizations in a second golden age. Nice outcome. You always love to see this. If we look at the choices they made, we got Ambiorix, the Gallic Empire on pen and brush and voice. We got Torder going for another pen, brush and voice. Of course, with Rome, we got Muel with pen, brush and voice, Corny, pen, brush and voice. So 4 players already in pen, brush and voice. We got Ethiopia here with monumentality, and that is the reason he actually got in that much culture so fast. So Bestomi, monumentality, we got Sandro Games, pen, brush and voice. We got Vladimir, pen, brush and voice. And Destroyer, pen, brush and voice. Okay, nice, easy peasy. What is Sandro Games end game? Let's see. So he did manage to take over the city of Nazca. That was one city-state soothed by Corny to the southeast, which did have a lot of desert available to him. Well, he kind of got blocked from settling that desert because of the Macedonian expansion, but definitely, personally, I wanted to see those Nazca lines being played out. Oh man, this is like, I don't know, maybe I'm just, one of those streamers that really likes to see, or I should say players, not streamers, really likes to see the extra yields on the tiles, and I get excited whenever I see like, oh, +6, oh, +5, ooh, and that, and that, and that from the tiles. Is just so nice. But anyway, let's check out what's happening here. Macedonian army with a lot of these heteroids are just not finding their way against the city of Okayama. There are 2 catapults waiting to shoot the city walls or city defenses now, but at this point he's just happily sitting over here seeing what's going on, or trying to find out what is Corny's move gonna be. When we're talking about the World Congress session, we got no points for artists. We got the cancel international trade routes for Vladimir. Sure, okay. And then we have Bezdomi winning 2 diplomatic victory points. So that is definitely something that we need to watch out for. Bezdomi over here with Ethiopia might actually go for a diplomatic victory. He did build Mahabodhi, and that's one thing that I want to check out here, his religion. So he went choral music, late ministry, defender of the faith with pagodas. So this actually gives us a message. They definitely want to go for a diplomatic victory if possible, and since their enemies got the first 2 choices, well, he got the third one, the diplo point, which is gonna be ramping up quite fast here. He already has 7 out of 20. So he did, oh nice, he actually voted with them. Interesting choice by him. He managed to get all of the votes correctly, so he got a lot of diplo points very, very fast here. Let's check out how much damage they managed to do on Germany. Did he have that many externals? That's the question here. I see he already had 3 traders, 1, 2, 3, and I guess, yeah, he's gonna use internals now. It's gonna be fine. He could definitely use Pingala for that science bonus, maybe, but I don't see Magnus here, so I guess Pingala is the way. Yeah, Pingala is the way. Ooh, Imhotep. Nice. Germany did manage to get Imhotep. Nice. Well, that is definitely going to give him a lot of production. 175 production towards wonder construction, doubled if the wonder is from the ancient or classical era. That is cool. That is very cool. We also start seeing the players going for their Diplo quarters, and definitely they're gonna need as much era, or I should say Diplo favor points as possible, so they can win the votes, so they can win the Diplo, and so on. So that's gonna be a snowball for them. We see Cree. Oh, he did choose Granada. Okay. In the meantime, I see Alcazaz. Why do I see? Okay, so he did get it away from Miguel. Nalanda still being held by a destroyer. We got Hattusa by Vladimir, so they do have two of the science city-states, while Bologna is being seized by the biggest ban. That is one big city-state over here, which has so much of an impact, especially when you're talking about having Oracle and the Pingala city. So that is the reason he's getting so many writer points. 19 great writer points a turn. Well, he's not gonna make great artist points because they got banned, but at the same time, he's gonna get a little bit more of these great musicians, which is nice. Let's check his engineers. 11 great engineers comparing to Germany that just got okay, so he got a few of these projects done. That's how he managed to do it. Also, you do see the mirroring defense here from Vladimir. He knows that Mongolia he's probably going to go for the intelligence agency, so he's going to get one of his own. Definitely that free spy will give him a defensive option towards Mongolia. That extra diplomatic visibility that you get from the missions will be like gold for him when you're talking about a defense against the Kesheks. We still don't see them on the field, though. I do believe Muriel should have been there a long time ago. He just didn't build them. 79 science, 70 culture, still making 32 gold a turn. Should be fine. He's trying to get more science up, but I think the longer the game goes on, Germany will start getting more and more advantages. He's on 65 with 58, slowly getting back up, and I do believe... Well, I guess actually no. You know what's the problem here with Germany? Not that many city options. That is the problem with Germany. Only on 2, 4, 6 cities. Another city over here, and that's about it. Maybe you can get another city over here, but again, not impressive ones. So that is gonna be a problem, because look at, like, comparing to Mongolia, for example, he got cities until he met the borders of Gaul. Not to mention to his north, he got quite a few of them. To the east, Korak al-Basun. We got Korla to the northwest, and definitely the city count is with Muriel. Even if it doesn't make an enormous amount of science and culture, I think he should be fine, especially once he's gonna start finishing his districts in the cities. Let's go back to the attack. We got the Okayama, low HP. Macedon did manage to break through the initial defenses of Japan. It does look like those first moves do pay off, and Korni is in trouble. He might actually lose this city. There are still 2 catapults that are able to shoot the city's defenses down. Even though there is a crossbow coming out in 3 turns, it might not be enough. We got over here Destroyer getting new heteroids out, and he's probably gonna... Is he gonna take the city this turn? No, I don't think so. So catapults did shoot already. Okay, there we go. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate. That was a free Great General point for Macedon, but he did manage to put the city under siege. Oh no, Korni, second city. Oh no. So you guys in the stream chat were kind of on the fence on this. You knew that it might happen and it might not happen. Well, it kind of looks like it might happen. He might take down the city of Okayama as well. And he is going to take the city of Okayama. There is a Japanese samurai just next to the city, but it's not going to do enough damage to take back the city. And also there is no unit that might actually attack the city from range. So, oops. At this point, I would say, oops. Another one bites the dust. I also do see in the cities of Macedon defense on the east side for Rome. He did manage to get a lot of these heteroids built, even though he still doesn't have Basilicoi pace. Man, he would have been so far ahead. I do see the settlers coming out of his cities and a lot of builders. This is an insane amount of builders. He just chopped builders with other builders until he got so many builders that he's gonna chop every tile, not to mention improve the tiles afterwards. And as you can see, he has like every tile with mines, every tile with no more features on them. Definitely the forests are gone, not to mention the rainforest. So yeah, a lot of cities everywhere. The spy of Mongolia did manage to get in the city of Aachen, even though that city will finish intelligence agency next turn. That spy has started doing gain sources, so he does want to get it to at least a level 2. Usually, of course, at the first level you're gonna get one diplomatic visibility point. When you're gonna get the spy to a second promotion level, like first and second, you're then gonna have two diplomatic visibility points. But it's very hard, especially without intelligence agency. It's very hard to do it. At least he has intelligence agency, so his chance of success for each mission is increased. Ethiopia, by the way, is on 212 faith per turn, 55 science, 88 culture, and he still needs to ramp up his defense because the biggest Ben is just running wild with that culture per turn. 262 going strong, 87 tourism, and he didn't yet manage to get one of these domestics from the opponents. He's still gonna need to work on that, but it's not long. It's gonna get there. And we do have Ethiopia getting more settlers out, and in the meantime, with that faith per turn, definitely he improved most of his land over here, or got the chops done. We got the theater squares being put down from a few cities here. Definitely is interested in getting the defense done, and of course his Diplo quarter is over here as well. Oh, there is an attack going from Mongolia with only 2 horses on Germany. Okay, well, that was, I guess, a bit weak here, but whatever works. He does have a +6 intel, so sure. Imagine if you would have worked the spy with the listening post instead of this. Just easy +12 on the swordsman. He would have just wiped out the points here. But I guess what's done is done. We got a very nice comment here. Oh, good evening, Pizza Lord, by the way. Hello. And also we got a very good comment I wanted to say from Spread Kindness Worldwide. The mountains actually worked against Japan. Couldn't provide range support from the west. Meanwhile, siege units could shoot from the east. Yeah. That is what happened over there, and definitely the pressure that came from the north. Destroyer played this very nicely, so he did put pressure on the western side, on the middle of his empire, so Japan focused on this, and then just used the minimum amount of pressure, or I should say units, to plug this choke, while all of this next to the city of Osaka was left open. So what the destroyer did was just send the units he built from the western cities towards the furthest point he wanted to attack, and then got the middle one pushed through, and all of those units that were attacking Rome at some point just went towards the south of Pella until they arrived at the city of Osaka, and just as you can see here, took down 2 of Japan's cities. Japan is still with 6 cities. He's not dead yet, definitely still alive and kicking. He's on 61 science with 69 culture. Definitely is keeping up with Destroyer when you're talking about this aspect of the game, and making a little bit more gold, 7 versus 3. We do have an extreme gold generation now on Sandro Games. So now it's starting to show up. We got the Sandro Games playing as much as possible Kree over here to get that gold going. And we can see him on 127 gold a turn with 76 science and 74 culture. Still with not that many options to build his cities though, or to expand his empire. He's gonna need to do something about it. But definitely the favored generation is on them. So as you can see, there is a big difference between Team CC and TBD when you're talking about favor, but at the same time the biggest man has an extreme difference when you're talking about culture. So now it kind of looks like the two teams are finding their victory condition they want to go for at the end of the game. One is going to focus the Diplo victory, and the other one is going to focus the culture victory. Definitely the goals over here will have first dibs on the culture victory, and I don't think at this point there is anybody who can actually take away the bonuses that goal managed to get until now. The Oracle, the Colosseum, the Apadana, where you're talking about all of those points stacked together into one big amazing advantage for him when you're talking about the Guams. 11 great musicians, we got him on 25 great writer points a turn. You can imagine he's probably gonna take so many of them. He just won't have probably districts to put them in. It's just, you know, the casual Russian problem here. You get a lot more great writers and great musicians than you're gonna have slots for. Anyway, we need to see what Ordred will do in the long term. He's starting to get more cities to the north. He did get a few units to the west and see what's going on there. Was pillaged over here on the east side, on the west side. Was this? I think this was a Desert Storm or something. I don't think any enemy unit actually managed to get there. And in the meantime, he did manage to get to 91 science with 96 culture. Also built as a specializing building, audience chamber with intelligence agency in the government plaza, so that free spy is definitely going to help him over here. He did build a second one, by the way. It's already in Alexandria by the Ladmos, that is a Macedonian city, and he's going to get vision over what is going on there. It does look like the attack of Macedon kind of stopped here. Now we have one tile chokes being held by samurais and knights. I don't think the Hetorace have enough damage to pour through those chokes, so I think he's just gonna wait for stronger units here. Although there's not that big of a difference between them. Actually, Corny does have more science even with this disadvantage of losing 3 cities, so yeah. Why he isn't keeping the city? You mean Yokohama or whatever the city was called? I think it was a call because of the how to say, the loyalty. It's way too close to the Japanese main cities, and these are like, look at that, 11 pop, 10 pop cities, so the loyalty pressure would have been way too much. Osaka, though, he can definitely keep. Like, that is easy. He's gonna get a connection city between them, so he should be fine. By the way, I do want to check what you guys voted at the beginning. It does look like 69% of the stream chat put 50,000 points. Wow, that is a lot of points into Team CC, while TBD only gathered 22.8 thousand, 8,000 points over here with 31% of the stream chat's opinion. So you guys definitely favored CC in this game. Well, we'll see. Definitely, I do think TBD has a very high chance of getting that culture victory. It's all up to the biggest band to get everything done here. And by the way, I did notice Newton is up. I did see the notification, and it looks like Cree might actually start to get those production. Oh, there we go. Campus research projects, 1, 2, 3 projects already. He's going to get more universities. He's going to get more campuses. And definitely the free library and the free university will be amazing for him. In the meantime, he's starting to get a few of these merchants as well. He is the one that got God of War and Plunder, right? So he's getting extra merchant points as well as, admirals and great generals. 6 great merchant points a third now. Well, it's not that big. Oh, he doesn't have commercials. Yeah, that's why. He went for harbors. Let's actually see. 21 great animal points a turn. Okay, that's why. So many harbors. But yeah, again, harbors are the way to go in this meta. Definitely the extra housing you get, it is going to make a difference. I think the biggest question of them all we have right now is which is going to be faster? Is it going to be Diplo victory or is it going to be culture victory? If you think about it, most of the games that we've seen finish in a culture victory were finished at around 10, like between 110 and 120. Maybe some longer if there was a very good defense. Maybe some of them didn't actually manage to pull through because they died or something to an army. At the same time, the Diplo victory, we've seen, I think the fastest one was around turn 96, if I'm not mistaken. And the highest one, like the longest one, was around turn 130. So that is the question here. Is it gonna be enough? Like, is all of this gonna be enough? Well, that knight looks dead. He's gonna just move the crossbow. Oh, he moved it in range of that. Okay, kick. I thought he set it on the right tile. Oh well. Well, it looks like the knight will stay alive, I guess. I thought he still has movement, like 3 movement on the crossbow, but he doesn't. So it's not gonna be enough damage to attack that knight, and it's not gonna be enough damage on the heteroid to attack that knight and kill it. So, oh well, it happens. It happens, bro. It happens. It does look like Macedon retreated most of his heteroids from the west side, from Fukuoka, and Korni is starting to expand his cities towards the north, his settles. At the same time, he's still keeping an eye on the army on the east side of Osaka, and by the looks of it, those heteroids are just gonna stand there for quite some time now, waiting for new orders. What is their new tactics, new strategy? We'll see what Destroyer will do here. At this point, I just see him get more settlers out. He definitely wants to build up the advantage he got for himself with, or I should say, against Korni. And at this point, it does look like still Korni is keeping ahead with Japan here. That's why most of the players do like Japan so much. It's such an adaptable civilization, and it can get you out of very sticky situations, even with I guess lower than average land. I guess that would be the phrase to go for. We got a defense here from Germany. He was attacked by only 2 horses from Mongolia, and it does look like they didn't get enough damage to punch through the holes. Now that Germany did manage to get a counter spy in the cities of Mongolia, it should be fine to actually keep that going, and keep his diplomatic score visibility low or at the same level. And yeah, there we have it. Sandro Games just recruited Isaac Newton. It will definitely give him that advantage. From the universities provide +2 and the free university with the library. It instantly builds in a new district, and I believe, yeah, there we go. He's just waiting for that campus to finish in Ahtaka Kup, and he's gonna just put it down, instantly getting so many bonuses, so much science. He's now on 101 science, being the highest science maker from Team CC with 83 culture a turn as well. And he's definitely not keeping up with his enemies. Mule 164, we got Tordet on 126, and the biggest Ben with 131 and 311 culture. So in that sense of the game, we do see the game being leaning towards Team TBD at this point, because their science, the big blue numbers, not to mention they have a high culture income as well from Pembrush and Voice, and the gold is fine. Germany here just not having his day, his game. I do want to check out the results though. What is let me see. So TBD only has 2 points. If they manage to win this one, they will be on equal footing with Team CC and with Joy, and then they have another game to be played tomorrow. I think it's what is it? Anybody know what is it? There was something. Let me see. Against Zone of Control. Okay, that's the game tomorrow. So yeah, So if they win that, they're gonna be on 4 points. They will be ahead of Team CC. So they need this win. If they don't win this and Team CC wins this, they're definitely gonna be second seed here. So that is a problem for them. And we've seen what the players from CC can do. Definitely yesterday they didn't manage to a very good comeback. Snatching the victory from the hands of defeat, I guess. A few more comments here in the stream chat. We got Lady Arwin saying that she just realized how these nicks are all about food. Okay, well, cake. And well, I guess Super Cookie and Pizza Lord, you're talking about both of them. Yeah, they, like all of them together, man, it's just amazing. And we also, I like that one, take tile surrounded by 5 mountains. One lake tile surrounded by 5 mountains. I'm not sure exactly what lake tile you're referring to. Well, this is gonna be a question. Now that Tordra did manage to get to Musketman, is Macedon gonna have enough science to get a higher tech unit? Because he's gonna need, he's definitely gonna need either Musketman of his own, a lot of crossbows, or field cannons to actually keep up with this. And at this point, he does have the option available to go for knights, but I don't think he wants knights. I'm just saying, I don't think he wants knights. Like, the Musketman is 68 strength, and it does benefit from the great general bonus. And I do believe this is gonna be danger time for the destroyer. One thing that, of course, Rome does lack is those ranged units of his own to actually, you know, attack the Heteroids first and then finish up with the stronger units, the musket or the knights, or of course the next up cuirassier that will soon come. He's 3 turns away from getting ballistics, and definitely the knight will turn into a cuirassier, and of course the crossbows on the west side will turn into field cannons. I would have liked to see a few more of these field cannon pre-builds, right? The crossbows to the north of Kume. But at this point, I mean, yeah, we'll see. Is he actually gonna push through? I see he's, like, you know, putting those musketmen in the face of Macedon, but is he actually gonna attack? I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't look like he's gonna get what he wants here. Too few units to actually punch through, and I guess not enough technological difference between them. I do want to check out what's the defense here from Ethiopia. So we were talking for quite some time here about the culture victory, with the biggest ban already on more than 100 tourism, 113 with also 339 culture. You can imagine he's going to get very fast to environmentalism, and he already has 3 out of 37 tourists for his win. We want to see what Ethiopia here will do as a defense. He's the one at the moment. No, he's not the one, actually. He's it's Sandro Games as the one. Okay, interesting. So we got Bezdomi with 32, Sandro Games with 36 internals, and definitely he's the one who's gonna need to pick up the slack here. He was doing his economy, or going strong as an economy, and now going for industrials. He did benefit from Penbrush and Voice, but now his culture per turn will go down quite fast, and I don't see him getting back up very soon, since he did go for industrials instead of going for his theater squares or wonders and so on. So at this point, it does look like production will be the choice to go for Sandro Games here. Okay, production and gold, man. Production and gold. He is giving a lot of gold to his team. 130 gold a turn. He did manage to get 148 science with 80 culture a turn as well. So he is keeping up with all of his enemies. It's just Vladimir needs to catch up, and Bezdomi and Destroyer. Well, there's not that big of a difference from Tordet and Destroyer. In the culture department, sure, 112 versus 60, but in science, it's 696 versus 139. It's just a few turns. It's actually the turns he needs to get the units between the cities. Wait, you want a cookie pizza? How does... Wait, really? Cookie pizza? Interesting. Well, this is what I want to see. Is the Musketman going to be able to attack into the Hetorai? No. And it does look like we got quite a few of these crossbows with a few promotions on them. And now Mastodon is starting to get his knights. The knights should be able to withstand the damage. There we go. The musket is 66 against the knights 67. Okay, well, that attack is over here. Germany, Germany, Germany. What is Mongolia doing? Like, okay, getting knights out. He's preparing an attack. He is preparing an attack. He wants to go against Ethiopia, but Ethiopia already has Oromo, so he's probably not gonna do much with just the knights. And we're still watching like for those. Come on, man! Where are the never-ending Kesheks? Big Mule, where are you, bro? Never-ending Kesheks, maybe against Ethiopia here. I know Ethiopia did manage to get his Defender of the Faith, and sure, it's gonna equal out your bonus and so on. But come on, bro, Kesheks, bro. You gotta build the Kesheks, bro. Okay, let's see what kind of wonders did the biggest Ben get. I did manage to get Bach here, and it does look like he finished quite a few theater squares around that Colosseum. In the meantime, going for Bolshoi Theater. I don't really see a next great engineer here. Oh, there we go. He's gonna get another one, Filippo Brunelleschi, which does give him a lot of production towards wonders. Maybe actually help him get Bolshoi instantly. We got him with religion as well. He did finish Stonehenge, and that's the third religion of the game. All one wonders provide +6 faith with religion spreads to cities 30% further away, which does mean he's gonna definitely get this going. I was expecting him to get Moksha, like switch to Tervana. Maybe spread it faster, but we're gonna see, because Moksha at this point kind of acts like a block. Block. So we'll see. We'll see how fast he can actually spread this religion. It doesn't look like it's gonna be fast enough, but sure. Drink water. Yes, sirs. Okay, so in the Wonder department, 7/10 Forbidden City from the city of Bibrax. He is getting Hermitage from Aduatuca, opening up 4 more slots for those great works, of course, of art. We got his third city going for Bolshoi Theater. Definitely that will give him an extra slot in the musician and in the as a music slot, and a book, which is always good. And not to mention more of these musician points, right? It's if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, it does give him 2 great musician points per turn with 2 great writer points a turn. Very, very good. I do believe his faith generation would be nice if you would have managed to spread this religion everywhere. Definitely getting faith generated from the beginning will help him get later on in the game more advantages, especially when you're talking about rock bands. And he does have a very good land to play those rock bands on the west side here. He also did manage to get archaeologist and is now actually going after the antiquity sites as fast as possible. It does look like Rome is gonna need to make another defensive army here, because those Macedonian knights are just gonna try to push a little further, or maybe just stay in place. Maybe stay in place, I don't know. It doesn't look like there's enough of them to make a push. Right after I said that, I was thinking like, okay, Rome retreated his army. What if we got Macedon here pushing on with all of those knights? What will he do? And then, you know, the numbers start working in my brain. I was like, nope, if he's gonna start trading here, it's not gonna go well for either of them. And definitely I do believe Rome will get enough units on the defense in time, so it should be fine. He did build quite a nice infrastructure over here of districts, and I do believe he improved his land quite well. A lot of mines, a lot of production points, and as you can see here, he's finishing up with more of these districts. Also, I do see his he revealed the core ability of the units, and he just cored up some knights over here, just flaunting them in the face of Macedon. On the west side, Japan doesn't really have the strength to push out of his position. He would really like his city back, but it does look like it's not gonna happen. We got quite a few of those heteroids with the option to go for to upgrade into knights available for them. And from the northeast, actually, Macedon is gonna try to get another city here, maybe on that T tile. Definitely could benefit from an extra amenity, not to mention the city closer to Japan. Destroyer did manage to get 124 science and is ahead of Corny right now. Corny is only on 102, so that attack actually paid off at the beginning. We do have more of these campuses coming out and libraries from Japan. As you can see, he's trying to keep that difference as low as possible, but the same can be said about Macedon. Macedon is trying to get as much of a difference as possible between him and Corny. Lacos 1986, thank you very much for the follow and welcome. We do have a few more turns to go into the medieval era, and we're gonna definitely switch to the Renaissance era, and that will mean the end of free inquiry, pen brush and voice, and I guess this monumentality era, because you do get the option in the next one. Most of the time the players just don't have enough era score in this era to actually go for a golden age, but I do believe, for example, here Macedon would have had enough era score points, or the ability to get a lot of era score points to get a golden age. He passed this, for example, he still didn't build his basilico pace. That's another 4, so that's 8 points just right there. If you would build a wonder, if you would gotten a boat or something, you can imagine he would have gotten he should have gotten the necessary points, but I don't think he wanted it. Everybody will probably be in a golden age this time, and maybe go for a heroic in the 4th one, in the 4th golden age. We do have an army pushing from Mongolia into Ethiopia. Ethiopia did manage to get his Grandmaster Chapel, and it does look like he's gonna have the city defended quite well. 57 defense strength city with Oromos, with crossbows and a few muskets over here that will, I guess this one will need to be upgraded. It is kind of costly though, so a little bit from gold from Sandro Games. the goal, there is something unhealthy with his stats. Whoa, bro. I mean, 429 culture a turn. I mean, what is unhealthy about that? That is just normal Gaelic stats over here. Where is his Filippo? Where did Filippo go? I did notice he got it, but I didn't see exactly where he went. Did he just put 1 and 1? More archaeologists here. Ooh, Petra will finish also in Meledunum on the east side, and it does look like definitely Mongolia will have his back here. Basically, what they're doing at this point, what TBD is doing, is making a circle of defense around the goal. So they're gonna protect him until they're gonna get this win. Are they gonna get the win? That's the question. Oh my god, look at that. The biggest Ben discovering a mobilization turn 75. Okay, bro. Okay. Still, the science difference is not that, or I should say another science, the tourism difference is not that big. We got the biggest band, 9 out of 41. He's getting a few more tourists, but not as fast as you would like. 174 tourism are third, 430 culture. We got a defender over here, which is still Sandro Games, but at equal, a tie with Bezdomi. Bezdomi did get the religion to defend over here, and definitely is building up as many amphitheaters and theater squares as he can, so he can get more of the culture and put up as much as defense as possible. His gold income is starting to suffer with minus 25 gold right now, and definitely once he's gonna going to the next era, it's gonna be a problem here. We're gonna see he's gonna lose his ability to buy those units with faith, and definitely you do want to keep that advantage. The settlers and the builders are just so good to buy with faith. At the same time, with 344 faith per turn, he's more than able to defend, or I should say put up a defense, buy units or whatever he needs with that Grandmaster Chapel ability. And I do believe he's just gonna need to build more of these shrines in the meantime, so he's gonna defend. Is he gonna defend? Man, it's so hard to actually predict. We're talking about maybe 3 congresses, maybe 2 congresses. It kind of depends of Ethiopia, if he manages to get, he's getting a harbor out. Okay, so it kind of depends on Ethiopia's ability to build a very, very fast Statue of Liberty. If he manages to get Statue of Liberty with Potala Palace, that's 5 points. He already has 7, so that's 12 points. If they manage to win the next congress, would be like 15, 16 points, so depending on how many votes they get. And I'm of course thinking that he's gonna get the third option. And if he manages to get the other one, the the next congress would be put him like 2 congresses away from winning, right? That is like the best case scenario. Like you get Statue of Liberty, Potala Palace, you win both congresses, and that's the win over there. They did set up their favor points, favor generation exactly for that, so they're definitely making a lot of points over here. You can see that at this point in time they have like double the amount of favor than their opponents. So they're gonna definitely win, 100% gonna win this congress. It's a matter of if they're gonna win the next one. And of course get Statue of Liberty in Potala, which is not easy. Usually Statue of Liberty, you do want to build it with an engineer, because that's a lot of time invested in it. So there's a lot of things that could go wrong here. I mean. Sorak, good evening, sir. And you're saying the big goal is so big. Yes, the biggest ban is so big. He's gonna finish next turn Hermitage. He got hit 2 times by a flood in Tervana, but I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but his walls are down because of a flood. This city was on a floodable tile. It did get extra fertility, so I guess that would be nice, but at the same time, he needs to pay attention to what's happening over there. 2 turns for Forbidden City in Bigras. Bibrax, and he's gonna get in 8 turns Bolshoi. Forbidden City will open up how to say a wildcard policy slot for him to use, which is always nice to have, especially when you're going culture victory. You do want to balance out the cards that you're gonna get extra points into tourism or extra points into culture with the cards that give you like economy or upgrading units or whatever else you need, extra adjacency for other districts and so on. So most of the time you're just not gonna have enough slots for everything, especially if you start running all of those tourism cards. That's a lot of cards, so definitely it is gonna be an advantage for him to have Forbidden City than not have it. I'm a bit surprised, but I do want to check out who did get Machu Picchu. Did nobody get Machu Picchu, or did somebody get Machu Picchu? Because there are quite a few mountains you can benefit with Machu Picchu here. I don't see it here. Is it? Can I look on the map? Okay, that was Hermitage finished. Machu Picchu. Well, it doesn't look like anybody built it. Nice observation there with Groovy saying that the Gauls have more culture than all of the CCs. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that is definitely a problem. Like Bezdomi is 154 with Sandro Games 97, Vladimir's 87, and Destroyer 77. That is a problem. That is a problem. Oh, he just put down Statue of Liberty. Oh, there we go. So he is definitely thinking about this. And we got the biggest Ben scouting what's happening here. He's actually, as you can see, Ethiopia is trying to chop it. Did get Magnus established in the city of Vancouver, and he has, well, that was the last turn he could buy units. Let's actually see if he's gonna get more builders. Definitely both of these tiles, for example, are in range of that city's ability to chop. He just needs to switch them and it's gonna be fine. Sandor Games did manage to catch back up in the science department. 208 science with a 97 culture a turn. It does look like he's gonna ramp up all of his production with a lot of these industrial zones, and he's gonna try to do something for the late game. Is it gonna be an artillery push or something on someone? Is it gonna be more of a culture defense? Is it gonna be something else? Maybe planes, maybe bombers. We don't know yet. We're gonna need to see how he's gonna expand his empire. What I can tell you, he didn't build that many encampments, so his infrastructure for example getting oil is not there yet. He would need to actually put down quite a few, and look at that, I just say that and he puts down encampment. Okay, kick W, bro. Well, we got our answer over there. He definitely needs oil generated, so yeah, sure. Let's actually check it out. We do have the vision on oil. This is oil over here, so that's +3. No oil in the north, no oil. Well, yeah, he does have, oh my god, 3 oil tiles in just one city. Okay, that's a lot of oil. Yeah, that's okay, that's fine. 12 oil per turn just from the improvements. It should be fine. Still no Keshex. Like, literally no Keshex. We'll turn 78 and we don't see Keshex. Come on, bro. Wait, is this another spy? Because I strongly remember there was a spy over here. Did he just die? Did he get captured, die, or whatever? Oh no, there are both. Okay, there were 2 spies. Okay, got it. So one is getting sources and one is siphoning funds. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it was a very good spawn for him. The goals did have a very good spawn over here. A lot of strategic resources, a lot of quarries that he could improve and get those bonuses towards his Opidums. The Opidums were just a slingshot to his victory over here, I should say, or victory condition. Definitely the extra production that he got made him get the wonders faster, made him open up so many possibilities. One thing that is a side effect of making way too many great musician points, although he's making projects right now, is the fact that when you get the first great musician, the second one will be extremely expensive, so you're gonna need to wait until you're gonna get the second one. But at the same time, he didn't really have that many slots to use it. He has now, so he's gonna try to get a few more projects done. Since he did finish a Bolshoi Theater, definitely that puts him on 4 slots in total in his empire. 1 from the city center, 2 from Apedana, and 1 from the Bolshoi Theater. That makes 4 slots for great musics, or great music works. Well, actually, he's 6 turns away from getting Bolshoi, so yeah, look at that. He's already starting to prepare himself with Theater Square festivals for that upcoming musician. So another World Congress in session. I'm gonna need to synchronize with Kacheka here, which is my co-caster today. Okay, at first I wanted to go for the first ones like coal, like culture and something, but then I thought, oh well, that might be problem because the other teams might do this. So I'm just gonna go the ones that they're not gonna go like ever. A nuclear power plant doesn't make sense to do it. Militaristic city state, there's like only one, and it's weak one, it's Granada, and then in the Diplo victory, I mean we gotta choose something, so it's fine. We also have Macedon with his own cuirassiers. Definitely the cuirassier corps of Rome are higher in strength, but it's not gonna be enough. Even if they are 74 base strength against the 64 base strength of the cuirassiers. Definitely Macedon's numbers and of course support bonus and everything that he gets from his own units. It's probably gonna put them on par. As you can see here, the damage is just not on Rome's advantage. He doesn't really have an economy to just spam those units out like there's no tomorrow, so definitely still Macedon is with more advantages here. He's losing gold though, that is bleeding gold from his team, but Sandro Games has his back here with 91 gold a third. Also getting bombards out, and all of those heteros are starting to move towards the southwest. He's also getting his Basilicoi Pades. Finally Basilicoi Pades. Well, I guess this is a much higher unit, right? The return on investment on Basilicoi Pades will definitely pay off now. But I still think, man, that was a lot of science not generated. Anyway, it happens. Well, the thing is with the goals is I don't think it. There was some talk here in the chat with the nerves. Chat, please don't. The thing is like this. sometimes you get very far ahead because you do get good oppidums, you get the chance to go for very fast engineers, and you get advantages from that. At the same time, when you're going culture victory and nobody is defending actually the culture victory, and when I say defending, I'm not just purely saying, oh, you need to get a lot of culture. No, I'm saying like get the wonders away from your enemy or your opponent that is going culture victory. Try to get the guams, like the great writer points, the great artist points, and so on. So there is like multiple ways in which you can defend this proactively, not reactively. So at this point, I believe the biggest man just got a very good game because he was let to sim this way. He got first to the good great engineers. He got lucky with the first ones because it was one of the wonder ones, and then he got a good the good tiles to use, and so on. So it was a snowball after that. Not to mention he did manage to get Bologna, which is amazing, by the way. 35 envoys in there with money doubled, and Oracle with Pingala in the same city. You can imagine like all of that makes like a killer combination over here when you're talking about the Guams, and definitely it is one of the differentiators now from him and the defenders of CC. We got him actually with 61 great writer points a turn. I think this is okay. This is a bug. This is not a bug. Sorry, like he finished Theater Square festivals. That's why he got that. Okay. We got actually quite a few more Theater Square festivals gonna finish soon, but he needs to balance this production of festivals with, of course, his other stuff like the factories, extra production, like universities, extra science, and everything else in the empire. Also, next turn he's gonna get a Petra from Mele Dunum, which is definitely gonna improve this land with more of that. Gold, not to mention he's gonna get food and production from these tiles. Very, very nice. Actually, food, not production. Food. We do see Kree trying to get as many engineer points as possible, though. Now he's ramping up his great engineer production. He's on 9, and we can see a lot of these workshops starting to show up in the production queues. Also coal power plants. He did improve even one uranium tile, but he doesn't know about it. And also he has quite a few coal power coal tiles. I see at least 2 of them already worked. That's a 6 coal, and could definitely get another one if he manages to put a city between him and Cinguetti, between Mr. Vassis and Cinguetti to be exact. And that's a 9 coal a turn. He definitely has the coal needed for his empire to be powered, so that is definitely going to give him advantages. Usually the coal power plants are just insane when you're talking about production here. For example, this one from Makva Sakahikan is a 12 production coal power plant because of it gets the adjacency bonuses. It basically doubles the adjacency bonuses. The same cannot be said about Germany. He did manage to get his workshops going in the Hanzas, but didn't really get to his factories. He did need to go in another way on the technology tree, and definitely the war way, the middle way, or I should say the bottom and the middle way. He needs steel, he needs ballistics, he needs, of course, refining and combustion, so he will defend against the upcoming attack from Mongolia, if it will ever happen, because I keep saying that, and I keep expecting Mule at some point to just move units towards his enemy, but he's just not doing that. I do see him now spamming a few bombards. He did get his infrastructure going for oil generation, at least 4 in camels that I can see, 5 over here, so that's easy. 10 oil a turn. Does have quite a few knights already ready to get improved into tanks and march towards their enemies. So there is a lot of potential in war over here, and it kind of looks like the target will be Ethiopia, not actually Germany. So Germany is just going to be I guess, a secondary target for them. They do know that Ethiopia is picking up the slack when you're talking about the defense in the culture victory. And the biggest Ben, even if he's getting more of these tourists, 16 out of 50 right now, he still needs a lot more tourism to get this win very, very fast. I do want to check out what happened in the World Congress. Bezdomi did manage to lose 2 diplomatic points. So that is... How did he manage to lose 2 diplomatic victories? I don't get it. Like, what? They had so much diplo favor. Did they miscalculate? Oh no. Oh no. Well, that's gonna put a lol. Look at this. The biggest Ben with the biggest brain. He just casually moved the scout on the Statue of Liberty, not letting him finish it. Okay, well, rip. Lacus 1986, you're telling me to click on the leader head in the ribbon and take 3 on the left side to see what they have researched. Well, the problem with doing that is I'm gonna... there is a high chance I'm gonna be booted from the game, so I'm gonna disconnect from the game. Oh well. What is this? Lol. What is this? 5-axis crash or... Lol. I know, I didn't even do it and it happened. Look at that. Honestly, I don't know what happened. Oh, Boreal with a nice idea here with Hue when. Well, yeah. Okay, I'm back in. Still don't know exactly what happened there. Hopefully it's not gonna happen again. Oh well. So what we were watching was Mongolia preparing for oil, and he already has, look at that, his oil improved here. Definitely he has a lot of oil generated per turn, or will have a lot of oil generated per turn. I do see he finished at least one of these. No, he's gonna finish one. Military Academy in 2 turns. He has quite a few more of these encampments finished already. And building up his artillery corps. Also, he has quite a few pre-builds for artilleries as well that will go against Ethiopia. That is going to be a problem here. Muel is trying to get the defender in the culture victory, killed, or I should say, you know, defeated. Killed, that's such a strong word. We got the biggest ban with 17 out of 53 points, and he was the one that did manage to get the scout on. Oh my god, this is so funny. Did manage to get the scout on Statue of Liberty to stop the production of that wonder in the city of Ankober, and that is a problem because definitely, as you've seen, we actually talked about this in the scenario in which Ethiopia was getting like everything for himself, like all of the points, all of the Diplo points available in the next congresses and everything, and of course the Statue of Liberty and Potala Palace. We basically got the result that he needed 2 congresses to win this game. Usually at this point in the later stages of the game, there are like around 20 turns, and actually 20 turns exactly between the congresses. So he would have been from that point on around maybe 35 to 40 turns, actually less than that, to win the game in the Diplo victory department. If we're talking about the culture victory, even if the biggest band did manage to get a lot of tourism going, the defending nation here, that is Ethiopia, is putting up a fight. So that is definitely going to give him an advantage, or I should say give them an advantage when you're talking about Mongolia attacking Ethiopia, not letting him freeze him. And there is also an advantage for Bezdomi to defend himself with his faith generation, 570 faith in the bank with 390 faith per turn. You can imagine that he can buy whatever units he needs. It is going to be tough to defend against the Mongolian artilleries, though. That is definitely not going to be an easy task to do. And as you can see, his knights are not up to the task yet, but I do believe the cuirassiers and of course maybe soon tanks will have that advantage. There are quite a few damage points that are giving these Ethiopian units on the defense advantages. The war between Japan and Macedon kind of stalled, and we do have an attack from Macedon on the city of Granada. That was the only military city-state that we had. No, we do have a CAD as well as a city-state. Oh, okay, that was the one we missed here. I thought it was only, I don't know why I thought it's only Granada, but sure. A CAD did not get seized by anybody, even though it did. Quite a few players did see it, and actually no, not quite a few. Only one team did see it, and it looks like they didn't want to reveal it. Only the TBD guys saw it and put 1 point each, so they can get one extra production point in their capital for units. Okay, there we go. More culture shenanigans here. We got the National History Museum finishing in 2 turns from the capital city of the Gauls. Next turn, Bolshoi will finish, and let's take a look at the great musician points. We got him on 379, averaging 50 to 65 great musician points a turn, depending on how many of these projects he will finish. It does look like at least 2 of them will finish next turn, and he should be getting or recruiting another one of these musicians. Unfortunately, he didn't get lucky with Dimitri Cantemir. He got Bach, and now the second one would be Amadeus Mozart. So yeah. Oh, that is gonna be a hard city for him to take with just heteroids and bombards. I mean, this city, oh my god, the city of Granada did manage to get medieval walls going, 150 fortification health, and it is a 72 defense. Man, not even the bombards can actually push through this, but at least it's gonna be a good training for the bombards, and definitely that extra experience will be beneficial later on in the game. In the meantime, on the east side, on the east side of Macedon, Tordred is building up his Cuirassier core army. Actually, a few Cuirassier armies as well, and he does have a general for them. Doesn't really seem to be keen on pushing Macedon, since Macedon does have his own cuirassiers and of course field cannons over here, so definitely they're just gonna look at each other for a while now. Maybe we're gonna see a tank push here. Definitely Tornado with 161 science is on par with the Destroyer's 168, but Destroyer just has double his army size, and that is because Destroyer needs to defend the west and the east at the same time, while Tornado only needs the northwest over here. We do have Tordred revealing steel next turn, and I do believe Macedon shouldn't be that far away from getting it. It is on rifling next turn, and I guess he's gonna get to steel quite fast here. He would need also refining, but that's another thing that he's lacking, those encampments in his cities, and definitely that's something that he would need to get. You can see the difference between, for example, Mongolia, when he's preparing himself for an upcoming artillery push, tank push. He's building up his infrastructure so he can sustain that that push over there with gold, with oil, with production, with whatever he needs. You do need to take into account all of those little details when you're thinking about an attack, because you don't want to be caught in that situation in which you kind of lost most of your units, like 75% of your army, and you cannot build anymore because you don't have the necessary production, or you get like on the front lines with your tanks and your tanks run out of oil, like kick W, bro. Anyway, in the meantime, Kree was building up his infrastructure in production, and as you can see, he has a lot of these coal power plants already spewing, how to say, carbon into the air. And definitely, as you can see, he should be, let's see, the great engineers, 20 great engineer points a turn. Nice. Okay, so he's more than Germany, but definitely not as high as the goals. The goals are still 25, and I think they're waiting for Macedon here to get enough great engineer points a turn. This is one of the great engineers that nobody wants, but yeah, I mean, somebody needs to pick it, and I think it's gonna be Macedon. If Macedon, how to say, passes it, sure, there's gonna be less points to recruit that person, but at the same time, I don't think Rome will, so that's gonna kind of block the great engineers from being recruited. So you might as well have some than none. So yeah. Anyway, in the meantime, artillery armies from Tordred. This is definitely going to be the way to go here. We're going to need to see Macedon defend against this. It does look like we got a lot of them going. He has a few encampments with military academies. Yep, there we go, with military academies, 2 of them. So that's 4 oil a turn. Don't really see another oil tile for him. And he's probably going to rely on his allies for oil. Maybe Mongolia. He's making so much oil. Mongolia is gonna have his armies. Who is most likely to get nukes? Or the next question, what if Rome got battleships at some point? I mean, I don't think battleships will help him. Sure, he's gonna attack 2 cities, but I don't think that's... the thing with battleships, you kind of need to go both ways, right? You're gonna need to spend a lot of effort to get industrialization and at the same time go for the refining for oil. So it's kind of... it kind of takes you all over the place. Very hard to get because they need coal. So that is one of the reasons I think artilleries are just much faster, especially if you get artillery armies. Artillery armies just chew through the defenses very fast. Even if they're units, even if they're walls, it doesn't matter. They're just going to attack and punch through the defenses. I've seen good defenses, especially from the Destroyer. I've seen him defend against artillery armies time and time again in their qualifiers, and definitely he put up a very good fight here. Not sure if he's gonna make it today though. Tordred's culture is so much higher than his, so not to mention Corny could push at the same time. Yeah, you can get coal from teammates. Yes, you're right. But do you think it will be a better choice here than the artillery armies? Did he recruit that, by the way? Oh, yeah, there we go. We just noticed it. Oh, nice. I was just on time here. When he popped that Mozart, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, is definitely gonna be happy singing his songs somewhere in his cities. Well, now it's gonna start to be faster. The Great Musicians just got balanced, and the next one would be 270 points. Ethiopia is making 25 Great Musician points a turn as well, but look at the goals, 158. He finished so many projects. He's gonna get more, and definitely wants another round of these musicians. He's not that far away. Oh my god, 707 culture, by the way. Did you see him just double his culture? 26 out of 67, and it does look like it's gonna be much faster than we're gonna see a Diplo victory, any kind of Diplo victory, even with the Statue of Liberty, which is 11 turns to go. You can see Ethiopia did manage to get the production going, and even if he chopped quite a few tiles, Ankober just doesn't have the necessary production and the population to get it faster. I guess there's another chop here, but just not enough. Actually, no, he has 2 more chops. Maybe he's gonna get it. It's still with Magnus. These are doubled chops or 50% more chop yields. Also, lol. Rip. I don't know what happened. You're saying that battleships would get bopped by artilleries, so he'd have to be sneaky. Yeah, I mean, definitely the artilleries just one shot, or almost one shot the battleships, if they're not fleeted up or armada, but still, I don't think it's worth the effort. So I mean, I like the idea of having a battleships in the cities just shooting, but I don't think it's worth the effort when you just have artilleries ready, and there's not that much else that you can do with the battleships. Also, what's up, Lapillo? Welcome. I'm just trying to figure out why the disconnects over here, so I sent my logs to Jack Generator. By the way, if you guys are hearing me, and of course you're playing this game, awesome game, in the communities, if you do have a problem, it's always better to get the logs or keep the logs, so you can later send them to one of our modders, so he can take a look at what's happening, if he has the time. Of course, he will probably find out the errors and get a better version of PBG, a better version of MPH is always good for the community overall. We do have tanks from Mongolia that are starting to appear in Ethiopia's land, and as you can see, Ethiopia will have problems now. He is 2 turns from lifelink. That means he still needs to get quite a few turns until he's gonna get to his own steel walls. That means he doesn't have artilleries of his own. That means he's only relying on his field cannon strength, and as you can see, the tanks are just way more powerful than the field cannons, and of course the defending units right now that are in Ethiopia's land. He would need cuirassier corps. The cuirassier corps just melt against the artillery, or I should say the artillery corps melt the cuirassier corps. So that is why Mongolia chose to attack at this point. This is exactly when Ethiopia is at its weakest. I do want to point out that also the biggest man is 3 turns away from getting radio and 1 turn away from getting Cold War, so he's gonna open up the possibility to get rock bands. Don't really favor his chances of getting that many of them. He's only with 11 faith per turn, even though he did manage to get that religion, which I mean, it's great, but still Moksha is preventing that religion from spreading far and wide. And as you can see here, there are only a few followers in most of his cities, so yeah, it's gonna take a while until he's gonna convert it. If he manages to convert most of his cities, he's definitely gonna get a lot of faith generated. That plus a 6 from divine inspiration is always nice. And also Mr. Spanish FPS, hello there. And you're saying in 3 turns after he gets radio, it's basically over. Yeah, I do think when you're talking about so many projects, so much production on his side, the goals will probably get this set in stone, and they will equal. This is gonna be interesting. So they will equal CC on 3 points. This is gonna be quite interesting. Like tomorrow, all of it will hang on that TBD versus Zok game for TBD. TBD might be prone to getting 4 points, which will put them in the lead. We got Joy as well fighting for their points as well for the lead in this group, in Group A. And Ulysses is still on 2 points. Do you guys know what Ulysses did in the... So they did get beaten yesterday. They need to play against BTS. So, okay. So they have a potential of maybe 3 points. Okay, so they will get into the they probably will get into the next era, into the era, into the next phase of the group. We got also an attack from Rome with cuirassier armies. He's not gonna wait for his tanks, and he's definitely gonna use his oil right now for those artillery armies, and in the meantime build the roads so he can get them faster on the front lines. He does have John Dark over there, and I do want to check out his great general count. We got Mongolia actually doing quite a few projects, so he's gonna get an industrial modern one. And Germany with 15 points. We got Rome 19, and he would need quite a few projects to actually get there. Don't really see the projects finishing from his cities, more like artilleries than projects here. So yeah, this John Dark is Renaissance industrial, so it does get points or give points to cuirassier armies, but of course not to artilleries. And the biggest Ben is basically speedrunning this game. Wow, yes. That's actually a term I haven't really seen or noticed being used in Civilization 6. It's very hard to speed. How can you even speedrun this game? But yes, he's basically doing the maximum amount of bonuses that he can get on his side, so he can go and get the fastest culture victory ever. This is gonna be interesting. We got him on 33 points out of 70. He did manage to get to the 3rd way there. We're not that far away from him getting to halfway there. He needs at least 35, right? So it's very close to getting that. And at this point, it looks like it is a GG. We got Team CC conceding the game. They will remain on 3 points. This was their second chance to get 1 more point. And I do want to open up very quickly here so we can see what happened on the map. Why this win did not go through for Team CC. So we had the biggest Ben getting that culture victory here for for TBD with the goals. He managed to get all of the early wonders. He managed to set up his empire properly. He has a lot of production. He has a lot of tourism, not to mention a lot of cities. We're also talking about an impossible attack on his cities because his allies are left and right. We got Mongolia on his east and we got Rome on his west. Both of his allies are very powerful in the game, so they will not let an enemy get to him. He managed to get Bologna as a suzerain, as a city-state, so he is getting so many points out of that. And also we got on the other side, we had Germany over here that was definitely being pushed by Mongolia. We had also, well, actually not being actually pushed, but pressured by Mongolia to his northwest and didn't have an amazing line. We got Ethiopia doing his best to manage this defense, but at the same time the difference in technology made all this possible for Mule. His tank corps were just too fast on the table there on the front lines, and he also has artillery corps coming from behind with a lot of oil generated in between. So his timing was perfect over here. Definitely was a very good choice of pushing his enemy. He's also pushing on the other side, on the north side, on the city of Berlin, and he's probably going to punch through the defenses of Germany quite easily. And at the same time, we got Kri that was trying as much as possible to get his production up, his economy up. He was basically trying to do as much as possible for his team. He was the first one in science, but it didn't matter. The big blue number just didn't matter. Didn't have enough culture per turn because he lost his pen brush and voice, and because of that the defense just went towards Ethiopia. When you're talking about internals over here, you do see Menelik is with 69. So if this game was gonna go through, definitely it would have been a win here for the culture victory. There was a chance, a slim chance, they would have gotten the victory in the Diplo screen, but that all relied on that World Congress that they lost earlier. Somehow they didn't get enough votes to put on Menelik II here, so he lost 2 diplomatic victory points. That actually was the reason I think they CC'd so early. They knew 2 congresses was another 2 congresses other than this was way too much for them to withstand that culture victory, especially when they were being pushed on land from quite a few sides here. Like we got an attack from Rome with artillery armies. We got an attack from Mongolia on Ethiopia with tank corps and artillery corps. We got Kri, and that is not going to have enough production to defend Mongolia's attack on Germany. Germany was starting to lose cities here. He didn't have replacement armies, and it was just, you know, the timing was just on all of it on TBD's favor. So there we have it, boys. I hope you enjoyed this stream. This was TBD versus CC. We know now the results for the next day, and definitely I want to put them up on the screen here. So when we're talking about this, let's actually see what's going on here. Yeah, there we go. So we got now TBD with 3 points, equals, tied with Joy and CC. At the same time, Ulysses has another game tomorrow, so they will get a chance to get another 3 points, while Zone of Control will also get a chance to get a point against TBD. TBD needs to play against Zone of Control. We got Ulysses that needs to play against BTS, and at the same time, I think there is Joy playing with someone today, or did they win already? I'm not seeing them, so they need to play against Zone of Control. I think that is on the other stream, right, at this point. So that result we're gonna find out later on in the day, and how that will impact the points we're gonna need to find out, because it's definitely like this super, it is definitely with a lot of tension in the air. On the B group, we got PP Patrol leading the way, but at a tie with the Barking Gang, and they're playing now for their next win. They do need to play against the Pyramid on Pangea, and they need to play against ZYDX tomorrow. So definitely 2 games that they need to win, both of them, so they can keep their first rank on on the B squad. We got Barking Gang that does need to get another game going, or no, they finished their game. So they got 2 wins here. Barking Gang in the week 4, they got both wins. They got a win against the Sea Dogs on the 7 Seas map, and they got a win against the ZYDX. So that is going to be it for them. They don't have potential for more points unless it's going to go into a tiebreaker, and then we're going to see some more action from them. Du Hansa is gonna play against the Sea Dogs, and probably gonna play tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. They did get a loss yesterday, as we've seen. Pyramid, oh my god, Pyramid, like Malm was just crazy there with those Mapuche units. Did an impressive performance, and you're saying that, oh my god, Pyramid is going to lose the game. I'm not sure about it. So they're playing right now, and you're saying that Pyramid is gonna lose the game against PB Patrol. You're seeing it on the other stream, right? Oh, they're already one player down. Okay, well that's a bummer. That is okay. So that is gonna be a problem. They are already very, very close to going, not actually getting a spot in the next the next phase in the brackets, in the double elimination brackets. So Pyramid. They were coming back yesterday. I'm not sure what will happen. Du Hansa with 2 wins does need another one against the Sea Dogs. Again, it's going to be a hard game, a close game tomorrow, and we're going to need to check that out. And I do see that, for example, we got another game, another potential, right, for ZYDX to come back out of this. Well, it's going to be a hard one. It's PP Patrol. So in the B squad, it doesn't look like there's going to be another, like a big upset over there, or that many possibilities to get a tiebreaker going, but definitely on the A squad you get a lot of possibilities. We're gonna have a week of tiebreaks, right? And this is like we're preparing for it right now. Oh man. Anyway, if you guys don't know, you can check out the games, the upcoming games on, of course, the Civ6worldcup.com website. You can also check the streams over there, and if you do like, or if you do want to get more details about the teams, you can also check that out. And we're gonna try to update it as fast as possible for you guys. It's just something that we're working on, and definitely, if you guys like it and you get used to it, it's we're gonna find out how to get that information to you at a much better pace. Thank you very much for following. Thank you very much for the subs, and of course your support here. This was Michael for OnSpot TV, and you've seen today TBD go against CC and winning the game. The biggest Ben over there with an impressive performance, and again, big shout out to Corny as well for defending against Macedon. Not to mention we had also Tordred pulling up as much as possible. The surgical strikes of Tordred is always a pleasure to watch. So see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna stream another game. I think it is BTS versus Ulysses, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is BTS versus Ulysses, but I'm gonna re-stream from the point of view of one of the streamers, or both of them, Malm and I think Kacheka will both stream. Or no, it will be Malm and Metal Bear. So I feel it's important to have an English cast on that as well. I'm sorry if I'm not gonna be in the game by myself, but I'm gonna definitely or myself, I mean, not by myself, but I'm definitely gonna try to get as much as a commentary going as possible, so we can see that beautiful game as well. Always a pleasure to watch the Brazilians play. Oh, much appreciated, man. Thank you for your kind words, much appreciated, and hope you enjoyed the show. And that's one thing that I do try to work on. And if you guys feel like I'm doing too much of something or not doing too much of something else, please feel free to give me a shout out or hit me up on Discord. I'm always open to feedback, and it's definitely something that I feel it's important for me as well as for the viewers, to better myself and get as much entertainment value from these casts as possible for the streams. I'm gonna close up the shop now. I'm gonna close the stream. Thank you very much for watching. As I'm gonna reiterate actually that definitely we watched TBD against CC in the week 4 of the CWC, the Civilization World Cup. Thank you very much for watching. This was Michael for On Spot TV. We're gonna see each other tomorrow, and we're gonna see another game. See ya, man.
When I was chilling on stage.